I forgot there was that image of Aaron Rodgers in that intro that looks like he's getting hurt, and that's pretty poor taste. I forgot. We haven't used that since last year. But you can see he's in a Green Bay uniform. It is not the injury from this year. Holy cow, man. It blows my mind. We're already back live for
Yeah.
4 hours on Sunday morning in week 2. And, before we know it, we're going to be saying week 10 fantasy football. How'd you do in week 1?
I think I did pretty well. I mean, it's hard to gauge when you're in 12 leagues of how well you did, but I feel like in almost all the leagues that I really am trying to make a run this year at the playoffs, I won, except the Grand Prix, of course, and that was my fault. Started the wrong people. Like I could have been like close to top scorer. Instead, I lost to probably the worst team. So
yeah, he kept texting me. Why won't Bryce do his freaking job? He's supposed to beat me.
I know, and my team's like now it's all hobbled because it got Jacoby Meyer hurt, got still Jonathan Taylor that's not playing, Christian Watson hurt. With that Christian Watson news, it said that he and Aaron Jones are unlikely to play today. Would you start Kadarius Toney? Would you give him another chance, or would you start Odell Beckham Jr.? Because that's the situation I'm in with 3 players that would be normal starters for me not being able to play this week.
Ooh. I mean, it is hard to go back to the Toney train, but with the injuries, I understand the question. And Zay Flowers seems to be that dude there in Baltimore. Like, I think he's going to be really freaking good.
Yeah. Dude, I tried to acquire a lot this week before he starts going nuts. I'm more confident that he will have more good games than he has a bad game. So I tried to acquire him now while the price is still relatively cheap in comparison to what I think it'll go to.
Yeah, I mean, I probably go with that Chiefs offense, even though it's gross. Like, it is gross clicking on Kadarius Toney. It is very, very gross. But if I'm looking at him or Odell, I still think Toney's going to get opportunities. That's the thing, is that none of them played well, so they're going to get more opportunities. You know what I mean? Like, Justin Ross isn't going to just jump them and be a 12-target wide receiver. So they're going to get opportunities, him and Sky Moore. So they have a chance to right the ship, but it's just gross to click it. So you don't feel good clicking it after what you saw in week 1. But again, I mean, Drake London got 0. I'm not just avoiding him from now on. He's a kid that had a 25% snap share. Our target share in his rookie year. Like, he's going to get back.
Yeah. Devontae Smith put up 0 on week 1 last year, and I bought him in a couple of leagues, and it obviously has panned out very well for me. So I definitely don't look into that week 1 goose egg for Drake London, because in all reality, the Falcons are probably not going to be in a situation where they can run the ball, especially late in the game, as much as they were able to this past week.
They're definitely going to try, though.
They will definitely try.
Run 20, but
they will have the shortest games this year.
Got a dire situation in Dynasty because I sacrificed depth in the offseason to secure Bijan Eckler, who is out. Who gets the starting spot? You going Trey Palmer, Butte, Hyatt, Latavius Murray, Salvin Ahmed, Mostert status. I haven't seen that Mostert's out, so
I believe he got a full practice in.
That's what I thought.
Thursday or Wednesday, so I think he's definitely playing. Man, this is a dire situation for sure. This is about the same as the question I asked.
Definitely started off hot.
I think when you would get players like this caliber, and with Parker out, I did like how Butte was on the field a lot, but I'm gonna have to wait and see, because I really think that Demario Douglas is like kind of that sleeper for that team right now.
I might go with the most targets, right? Didn't he have like 7 targets?
Butte?
Douglas.
Oh, Douglas, yeah, he did. He actually looked pretty good too. I might go with the big playability guy here, which would I think easily be Jalen Hyatt. Like you just gotta almost hope he has that big play that ends up in a touchdown, and the path to get targets for him is also extremely easy, like it is Kayshon Butte as well. So I'll go with Hyatt.
That is what I was thinking as well. Somebody that can get you those fantasy points on one play. And listen, the Giants looked bad in week 1. That was terrible, but they're not that bad. They're not 0 point bad. Like that Dallas defense played well again week 1. I'm going with Hyatt here as well. Castile wants to know, is A.J. Dillon a solid play today? What are you thinking about Dillon with Aaron Jones likely out?
Yeah, I mean, I like any running back that I think is suitable to be the team's number one, especially when their number one is out, and A.J. Dillon appears to be like that guy. Who do the Packers play today again? Shoot. I'm trying to look at their schedule. I feel like it's not a bad matchup against the run either. Packers. They play the Falcons, so that game that game's going to be a decent one for a lot of running the ball. So yeah, I like AJ Dillon this week. He's probably going to be in a lot of questions today, I'd imagine.
Listen, AJ Dillon is a guy that is borderline flex. Even with Aaron Jones playing, like, he still gets a lot of touches, a lot of opportunities, and they will throw him the ball. This is different. We're going to see in a lot of questions today somebody else that I do not like at all this week. Learned my lesson after week 1. But yeah, I mean, I would say that Dillon is a top 20 back probably with Aaron Jones out. Not very many big guys like him get a bunch of checkdowns, and they'll throw it. They're not afraid to throw it to Dillon either, so that's nice. We need to start 4 for Blurpy in a full PPR. He's got Garrett Wilson, Debo, Rashad White, A.J. Dillon, James Conner, and Joshua Kelly. I've decided on Garrett Wilson, Debo, and Dillon, I think. I'm low-key thinking about benching Wilson, but don't know if I should. Bryce, why don't you talk about Wilson a little bit and hit on that point, and then we can figure out who this next player is for him.
Yeah, you can't bench Garrett Wilson yet. I know that the loss of Aaron Rodgers hurts, along with playing Dallas's defense this week. I see the writing on the wall for a potential bad week, but Garrett Wilson's a playmaker. So, we saw what he did in the end zone with Zach Wilson with that awesome catch with Tre'Davious White guarding him, who is probably just as good as both of the Dallas top corners. So I'm not worried about Garrett Wilson being able to make the crazy catches and get you some fantasy points. So we got to pump the brakes on benching him. He's going to have some bad weeks this year more often than we thought with Zach Wilson throwing him the ball. But he's the easiest guy to start in this group. I'm throwing in Garrett Wilson, AJ Dillon. I might honestly bench Debo out of all these guys and start Rashad White and James Conner because they're both huge PPR backs as well. That's the route. I think that's the route I'd go. I'd go the 3 running backs with Conner, Dillon, White, along with Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I'm very, very worried about Garrett Wilson, but I'm not benching him until I see this play out a little bit. It obviously, after seeing what Dallas did last week to the Giants, it doesn't feel good. It feels kind of gross. But I'm not benching him. I am going to go. Kelly's the one here that I think is the trap play this week that I was talking about when we were talking about the last one.
Yep.
Last week I learned Tennessee, very good run defense. They were number 1 last year in run defense. Kelly's in a matchup that I don't really love, and people are going to think he's going to get Eckler numbers and, yada, yada, yada. I'm going Connor and Wilson are the 2 easiest starts for me. And then I'm going Dillon and Debo. I don't know. Bears couldn't stop the pass game in the rush last week, so Rashad White, but yeah, I mean, I can get on board with what you said. That one's close, but no, I'm sitting.
It's close. I will say it's not easily.
I want Debo in there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going Wilson, Debo, and then I have a hard time between White and Dillon, which one I'm going to go with here. I'm probably going to go with Dillon. I just seen the way their offense works. He's going to get a ton of work with Aaron Jones out, then Connor. So yeah, sitting White. That's some depth there though.
Yeah.
And he says, "Go Pats."
Hey, there we go.
Marco from the future. It's already afternoon where he's at. Good afternoon, Marco. Love to have you in here. I mean, I definitely get it. I just think Dillon's better and gets more opportunity. But if you flip those, they're real close. They're real close to me. I'm leaning to give on the Bears D being JUCO and take Trey Palmer.
I think that was an answer to a question earlier.
Yeah. No,
it was his question.
Yeah, it was his question. No, I get it, but again, it's week 1. I don't think the Bears defense is going to be that bad. And it was really 3 broken plays that did everything for Green Bay. The other thing is we don't even have our defensive coordinator. I think he's getting fired after the performance from week 1 and what everybody's seen last year, that he didn't go with the team to Tampa, and Matt Eberflus is calling the plays this week.
He just didn't go.
Yeah, Alan Williams did not go with the team. They haven't said exactly why. It's personal reasons. It literally sounds like he's either getting suspended or fired, one of the two. So Matt Eberflus is is calling plays for the first time in Chicago, and I can tell you that he called plays pretty well in Indy when he was there. Mostert or Algier, who should I start? This is just a random kid, Bryce. How's he going here? You gonna start Algier or Mostert?
I think I got to start Algier. I like both of these guys this week. I think that Miami's gonna have to definitely try and run the ball to kind of open up the Pats secondary, force them to stack the box on them, because normally the Pats secondary does a decent job scheming against Hill and Waddle, holding. They don't ever shut them down, but they usually hold them to below their averages, to where that does open the door for Mostert. But Algier is just too involved. I mean, this team is running the ball 30 plus times a game, and Algier appears to be getting 15 of those touches on the ground, along with a little bit of work in the PPR. So he's not like Jamal Williams of the Lions value in that sense. And he just looks good. So I'm going to take the younger, more spry back in Algier.
I agree. I think Algier is quickly moving up. I think this Bijan Algier combo is going to be deadly all season. There was 4 snaps separating him from Bijan. So Bijan had 33, and Algier had 29. They're going to run the ball a lot, and they'll throw to Algier too. He's not like like I was talking about Dillon. He's another big back that they're not afraid to throw the ball to. I like Algier, and Mostert's good for a big play, but hell, we don't even know if he's going to play. If he's going to play the whole game.
Yeah, the possibility of injury is definitely higher.
Marco from the future says he needs one in his flex. Burns, Atwell, Lockett, Kyron, James Cook, or Dillon. Atwell's out for me, right? 49ers, yeah. I'm just not testing Atwell and Puka against 49ers. That defense is the one that I'm more convinced will just dominate from a week-to-week basis. I'm not going there. I'm going Lockett here.
Who's Burns?
Burns is Brian Burns defense. Marco plays some IDP.
Oh.
But I'm going Tyler Lockett here.
There's a flex spot where you can start a defensive player or an offensive player? I'm so confused. I've never seen that. You're going who? Dillon?
I'm going Lockett.
You're going Lockett? Oh. I'm definitely either going Oh, he said not Brian. Burks. Oh, Burks. Okay, yeah. Okay, so Trey that's Burks. Out too. Burks, Atwell are out for me. I don't mind Lockett, but I think I'm going to go with one of the running backs, and I think I'm going to go with AJ Dillon. I kind of want to go with Jared Cook or James Cook, but I'm going to go with AJ Dillon. I'm more confident in what his usage is going to be today than pretty much the rest of these guys. That's literally the only reason.
Zachary says, I got Eckler, Christian Watson, and JT obviously out. Ugly lineup this week, but who to start? Samaje Perine or Gus Edwards at RB2? For me, this is easily Gus Edwards here. I mean, it doesn't feel great, but I'm going to go his opportunity over Perine's. What do you think there at the running back spot?
Yeah, I'm going to go Gus Edwards as well. I know that Hill got the 2 touchdowns last week, but that could easily be Gus Edwards this week. So I'll take Gus Edwards. Really, the change for me here is touchdown upside, and I'm more confident the Ravens score touchdowns than the Broncos.
At flex, are you going to go with Juju, Allen Robinson, or Darius Slayton in PPR?
This has got to be A-Rob. Kind of easily here. Juju apparently is in not a good spot already with the Patriots organization. Should have kept Jacoby Meyer. I kind of said that this offseason, but I had hope that Juju would be decent, and he looked terrible. So Allen Robinson got a ton of targets. Deontay Johnson is going to be out for at least this week, maybe a couple weeks after. He might be a solid guy to be able to start the next couple of weeks.
Yep, that's where I'm at as well. In a half PPR, are you going to flex Joshua Kelly or Tyler Lockett?
Tyler Lockett.
It's Tyler Lockett for me as well. I have a sneaky suspicion that that Kelly's not going to get the pass down work. Like, I think people think that he's going to get the Eckler role, and I just don't think he's going to get the pass catching work. But again, Titans really tough against the run. In a 10-team PPR, are you going with Michael Pittman or Chris Godwin?
I got to eat some crow on Pittman. I didn't expect, and it is never against Pittman himself. I think he is a great wide receiver, or a very, very good wide receiver. I just didn't know how Anthony Richardson would look as a passer, and he actually looked pretty good. They utilize a lot of short to medium passes, which I think is really good for him. And Pittman thrives in that area. So give me Pittman Jr., and I'll feel good about it probably the rest of the year as long as those two are healthy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he had some rookie bumps in that first game, but for the most part, he looked poised. He looked like he was making the right decisions. He did have some plays that you'd want back, but I was very impressed with how poised Richardson looked in that first game. I'm going Pittman as well. You guys know he was one of the guys that I pumped all off season. Like, this dude is discounted. He's discounted. Go get him. And it's looking good so far. But again, it's only one game. Should I hold on to Edmonds and Dynasty? Are you? I mean, all right. Here's a tip when putting questions in there. Make sure if there's other people that have the same last name or similar that you put which one. I'm assuming you're talking about Chase Edmonds, right? Running back? Or are you talking about Terrell? Or are you talking about
Chase, I would feel fine dropping him for anybody else that has showed any sort of promise. I mean, he's been in the league for how long, and really hasn't done any, has had the opportunity to show that he can be the guy for a team, and he just has never seized it. So I think if you watched last night's show, Craig said a good thing when it comes to dynasty is like, just drop the older guy and take the younger guy. And if there's younger guys out there on the waiver, take a flyer on him, because I don't think Edmonds is going to give you anything this year or moving forward.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. I do think that he's potentially one injury away from getting more opportunities just because of that. But I've never thought that he was all that good. So I'm with it. Okay, we need to pick 3 flexes. We got Roshan, Alan Lazard, Jerick McKinnon, Josh Downs, and Justice Hill. So which 3 of these are we going to play? I mean, looking at the list, and it's not an easy thing to do, but I think Roshan's got to be in there, right? Like, he's going to get some work. We just don't know how much. I don't know what McKinnon's going to get. I thought he was going to get a bunch of pass catching opportunities, but that didn't come to fruition. He got one early and then one late or something.
Yeah.
Justice Hill's probably got to be in there.
I think Lazard's my easiest one to put in there personally.
I mean, you have more faith in Zach Wilson than I do.
I just have faith. I don't have a ton of faith in him, but I mean, who's going to be on the field the most out of these guys? And it's going to be Allen Lazard. So opportunity weight is heavily tipped in his favor for that, just for being on the field. Then when you go to the rest of these guys, I go, who has the best chance to score a touchdown? And for me, it's probably still McKinnon. And, I think Justice Hill has a better chance of scoring a touchdown, but I like Roschon to get more work after his productivity in garbage time last week. So I'm going to lean Roschon over Justice Hill. So I'll go Lazard, McKinnon, and Roschon, but it's close with him and Justice Hill for me.
I'm going Roschon, Justice Hill, and then I'm probably going McKinnon. Garrett Wilson's otherworldly, so I'll play him, but I'm not playing any other wide receivers from the Jets. Zach Wilson still did not look good the other day. I mean, if you want to know what Peyton Manning thinks of him, go watch the Manning cast.
He didn't even know he's on the team. Did you see that? He's like, Zach Wilson's still there? Oh my God, no.
He did not like what he saw. So I'm going to go with the 3 running backs here myself. Just a random kid says, thank you so much. I'm trying to fix my lineup since I don't know if Amari Cooper is playing. Yeah, man, we're seeing some brutal injuries early this year.
Especially at wide receiver.
Yeah.
Usually it's running back more. But, geez.
Go says, what's up, y'all? My flex this week, PPR. Should I start Puka, Marquise Brown, Romeo Doubs, or Josh Reynolds? This is easily Marquise Brown for me. I'm not even.
It's not as easy for me.
It's in between him and Dobbs.
It's Dobbs. I think it's Dobbs for me.
Puka's a non-start for me against the 49ers.
Right.
I'm not going there if I have options.
We faded Romeo all last week because it was reported that he was going to be on limited snaps, and usually, and he scored 2 touchdowns.
But
I get that the Bears defense wasn't the best for him. Like, it was a good matchup for him, but I mean, there's no one else to really throw the ball to outside of him and Musgraves. So, he might be just a target monster today. Along with when he gets the opportunities to make the big catch, it seems like he always makes them. So I'll go with Romeo Doubs.
Yeah, I'm going Marquise Brown pretty easily here. A rhetorical question: Kelsey no matter what? Yes.
Yes.
Thanks for making that one easy for us there, Marco from the future. How many points has he scored? Let us know in the chat. Pick my flex in full PPR: Jamal Williams, Tyler Algier, Michael Thomas, and DJ Moore.
Yeesh.
I mean, this is some good depth here. Which one are you going with?
Jamal Williams is out for me.
Yeah, he's out for me as
well. I think I'm going to take out Tyler Algier as well.
The answer is DJ Moore.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's DJ Moore. I mean, it's like I'm just making sure I'm making the right decision, because it's like when you have high caliber players, you got to think about it for a second. Yeah, I'm going to go with the best one out of all these guys, and that's DJ Moore.
I want Michael Thomas and DJ Moore in my lineup if I can, but DJ Moore, I think we're going to see like 12 targets today. I don't think they're going to let the 2-target thing go that happened in week 1. DJ Moore is going to have a big week this week, I think. Nico Collins, Zay Flowers, or Pickens, full PPR.
Oh, give me Zay. Give me Zay Flowers. I like Nico too here. I like all these guys.
I think
honestly.
It's a trade, right? Is this a trade? P Diddy, Papa Diddy, Puff.
Oh,
I think I nailed that on the first try.
P Diddy Papa Diddy Puff. Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
My dog. Can you hear my dog slamming into my screen door?
I thought he was sneezing. That's what I thought it was.
He's slamming into the screen door once inside. I would take the Zay Flowers, Nico Collins side. I would take Zay Flowers over Pickens straight up.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
This season and moving forward at this point, even if Pickens makes crazy catches, there's one thing that Zay Flowers does better, and that's get separation. You don't have to make crazy cool catches if you're wide open.
I've said this a few times. Pickens is good for best ball. Like, he's going to have big games, but I don't think he's going to be consistent enough that you feel comfortable putting him in every week. Think Mike Williams, right? I think that's the type of receiver that he is, and probably not as good as Mike Williams, to be completely honest. Now, he can make the acrobatic catches, but I need more than that. Bryce or Miles Sanders in full PPR? You going with Bryce Hall or Miles Sanders?
The report of Bryce Hall still going to be on a snap count, along with playing the Dallas defense, makes this a little bit harder for me. So I'm going to go Miles Sanders just because of that information alone. And I don't think, like, when we faded Bryce last week, it wasn't necessarily a bad decision because he got the usage we expected. He just, like, really, really capitalized on it is all.
Yep.
So his touchdown upside has now plummeted with Zach Wilson on the field leading that team now. So where now both of these guys have probably similar touchdown upside. So give me the guy that gets more usage than Miles Sanders this week.
That's where I'm going as well. Marco said that was Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
I kind of figured so, but I wasn't sure. But it's always good to remember, right? Because people keep putting Herbert, like they'll ask questions in the fantasy group on Facebook, and they'll just put Herbert. And I'm like, dude, are you talking about Justin or Khalil? Because there's a completely different viewpoint on these two guys. In PPR, we got Bryce Hall again in this one. We got DJ Moore and Raheem Mostert. That's DJ Moore, right? You going DJ Moore?
This is DJ Moore for me.
Okay, look, the Najee. I've never been a Najee fan, and I don't like to say I told you so, but this is where we are now at with the Najee Harris Express in Pittsburgh. Is people don't even want to show their face when they ask a question about stuff. You going James Conner or Najee Harris?
I'm going James Conner.
Conner as well.
I was big on Najee after his rookie season, and I don't think he's bad. It's just I think Jaylen Warren's pretty good as well. So I've traded him in all of my dynasty leagues that I had him, and I have avoided him in every other keeper / redraft league. And I'm happy to say I don't have any situations where I have to put Najee in my lineup or even think about it.
All right. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this one?
What happened? What?
We need to set 5 of these. Komet, Atwell, Claypool, Rondell, Moore, Terrace, Marshall, or Juwan Jennings.
So start 1.
So it's start 1.
Okay.
Marco.
He definitely did that on purpose. Start 1.
I'm sitting Juwan Jennings. It's ugly. It's not fun, but I'm sitting Juwan Jennings.
Dude, you got to start 1, right? You said sit 5.
Oh, sit 5. Oh, yeah. I got it. See, you got me all confused. I think I'm starting Komet here.
I might start Atwell.
I do not want any part of that 49ers defense.
Well, the one thing Tutu will succeed at is probably getting the ball in some drag routes or some quick slants and things like that, and he's got the big playability. So I guess I'll ride with that potential.
I mean, I could definitely see that. If you need upside, I could definitely see going with Atwell. If I'm going safe, I'm going Komet. I think he's going to get 4 or 5 targets. We don't know about any of these other guys what targets they're going to get. So I could see that. I could go with Atwell if you're looking for upside, and Komet if you're looking for the safety play. It's a little early for a beer, Bryce. That's what Shane says.
It's a monster.
Just tell him, say Shane.
And also you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
You're not my dad. In a 2 QB, would you pick up Tim Boyle? There are no free agent QBs on the wire. I don't even know who Tim Boyle's playing for right now.
I don't either. I know he played for the Lions at one point.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got the spot, I just wouldn't drop anybody of value. I would rather, eat it on the bye weeks and play a different position than or take the 0 than a 2 QB, I guess. I mean, I don't know what Tim Boyle's ever going to get you. And I don't want to drop anybody.
He plays for the Jets.
Oh,
definitely could be worth a stash then. Yeah, it makes his stash a little bit more valuable.
Yeah. But I don't even know that Tim Boyle's better than.
Yeah, if you got a, I think
if you got a spot, I just wouldn't drop anybody of value for him until, you get closer. Depends on when your QBs have a bye, I guess. Because you're not going to start Tim Boyle over anybody that you've got starting right now, I would assume, unless Zach Wilson's one of your starters. But I hope that's not the case. P. Diddy, Papa Diddy, Puff. Shane says, thanks, guys. 55 points for Kelsey. I like it. Marco telling us the future. Jamal Williams, Jerry Jeudy, Gus Edwards, or Zay Jones. Need one for a flex. Starting any of these guys over Bobby Trees or Jahan Dotson. I'm starting Jeudy over Jahan Dotson. I'm probably I'm not down with the nicknames. I don't even know who Bobby Trees is.
That's Robert Woods.
Oh, Robert Woods. Oh, yeah. I'm starting Zay Jones over Robert Woods all day. I'm starting Jeudy and Zay Jones here is what I'm doing.
I'm definitely starting Jeudy over Bobby Trees. Do I want Zay Jones over Jahan Dotson? I don't think so. Again, I want to see another week of Zay Jones before I start putting him in there because I alluded to in our video that you released the other day. I want to see if it could be like a Christian Kirk week. I could see that number 2 wide receiver each and every week flipping between Kirk and Zay Jones, and it wouldn't surprise me. So right now I'll go with Jahan Dotson and Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, I can get on board with that, but I just think Zay Jones has showed a connection with
I agree.
B-Law enough over the past 2 years. It's surprising, right? Zay Jones, people forget this was back in 2017. Zay Jones was a hot prospect in Buffalo that had an unfortunate situation there that got pretty dark, and people thought Zay Jones was going to be out of the league, and it took him some time, but he flashed in Oakland a little bit, and now he looks like he's found it, and he looks good. That touchdown catch was probably the second or third best catch of the week last week that he had. And Shane says, Rick, that was impressive. That must have been my little pronunciation success that I don't have all the time. We need to pick 2 of these for the flex and PPR. DJ Moore, Rashad White, Khalil Herbert, Breece Hall. Khalil Herbert's out for me. It comes to the next 3. DJ Moore is in, so it's down to Rashad White and Breece Hall for me. Is that where you stand?
Yes, easily.
So which one of these guys are you going with?
I'm going to go with Rashad White. I really don't like Breece Hall at all this week. I really don't like any Jets player this week. Give me DJ Moore and Rashad White.
That's where I'm going as well. Breece Hall, I hope, starts getting more touches because that kid's just electric. He said this goes back to the question with Nico Collins, Flowers, and Pickens. I'm starting Flowers still.
Yeah, stays the same. Flowers for me.
Bryce, I love you so much, i.e. that separation comment.
Oh, talking about how you could get separation from Pickens.
David Weissong says, full PPR, flex today and rest of season. Are you Pickens, Algier, or Nico?
Oh, Algier. Today, and as long as his usage is the same, the rest of the season, probably.
I'm the same way. I would lean Algier right now. As we know, that shit can change. But I like Algier a lot, man. The kid rushed for over 1,000 yards last year and didn't get a bunch of work until the second half of the season. I think he's really good.
Who?
All right, Marco. Now you're just being an asshole. Well, this is DJ Moore, right?
And
And
that
then
is that Zay? No, Quintorris Lopez Jones. Why does that sound? Is that Zay? I don't know. Well, now I gotta type it in.
no, is that no? I don't know. I don't know who.
Isn't Quintorris Julio Jones's name? It is. Okay. What? Why is he asking?
Well, he's just messing with us.
I was like, I think that's Julio, but
standard scoring. We need a wide receiver 2 here and flex. Pittman. Okay, what happened here?
It's about 3 more down. There you go.
Standard scoring, need wide receiver 2 and flex. Pittman dropped. Puka, Pierce, and Rashad White. So dropped, he's talking about
D-Hop.
No, he said dropped. I thought he was talking about Kadarius Toney.
He put it right below D-Hop. So Pittman's easy for us.
Yep, Pittman's in.
So then it's our flex. And we got D-Hop.
So for me,
Rashad
it's D-Hop
White.
or Rashad White are the two that I'm considering.
Yeah, that's definitely who it is for me as well.
I'm probably going to go D-Hop.
I am too. I know the Titans don't throw the ball a ton, but when they did, he was getting a lot of looks. And Ryan Tannehill's got to have a good game, or it could be the Titans' time to move on from him, because 3 interceptions is not good. I had a buddy that said it wasn't all his fault. Like, dude, come on, he had 3 picks. It wasn't not his fault.
Ryan Tannehill and Josh Allen are not the same. So
yeah,
one of them can get away with 3 picks, the other one cannot.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I need 2 PPR. We got Bourne, Puka, Shaheed. Bourne is easy. Everybody, get Bourne in your lineups.
I know. I'm in a situation.
I tried trading for him everywhere this week, and everybody's like, nah. Like, damn it.
You put him in over Jerry Jeudy?
No, I would have Jeudy a little bit ahead, but if we see more from Bourne, I wouldn't be opposed.
I got him. It was either him, Jeudy, Michael Thomas, or Bourne, like start 2, and I put in Thomas and Jeudy for now. But I was like, makes the game a little more fun to watch too if I got Bourne in there, but it's all right.
This is where it gets tough, though. We going Puka or Shaheed?
I will go Puka here, just because I think Shaheed is actually going to. I like Puka a lot because there's been a lot of clips of him and Cooper Kupp talking. It seems like he has a high football IQ. But look at the path to targets. Like Shaheed's got Michael Thomas, Chris Olave in front of him, where Puka has Tutu, I guess. So, and Van Jefferson,
Tutu, Van,
Van Jefferson.
It's a shit show there. I agree. I think Puka, there is more targets there. It's just a super tough matchup, so I still think they're really close. The other thing is Shaheed can he can get it on one play and get you a day, but you don't really ever want to rely on that. But I'm going to go Puka and Bourne there as well. Breece Hall, Ramondre, Josh Kelly. Need 2 running backs in PPR, and we're going to plant some trees here. And I'm planting mine with Ramondre first and foremost.
Easily Ramondre. This is a harder one. Man, yep. It's just like if the Jets were playing in almost any other team, it would be Breece Hall.
Well, hell, if San Diego was playing or LA was playing any other team, the Titans are good against the run.
Yeah, they are. Geesh. Let's see here. I just want to look at what Breece Hall's snap percentage was, because that is a pretty good indicator, which was 31. So I think we're going to be potentially closer to the 40.
Who was that?
Breece Hall was only 31% on the field offensive snaps last week.
Okay.
And he got 11 touches. So,
I'm going Breece Hall here.
I think he got 2. In this situation.
He can catch some passes again. I don't know that Josh Kelly's going to catch much passes. And that run defense is tough.
And I said the Jets O-line, they're pretty good run blockers. They might not be the best pass blockers, but those are two different styles of blocking. They open up pretty good holes for the running backs in the run game.
In standard scoring, need wide receiver 2 and a flex. We got Pittman.
This is the one you had to drop down to.
Yep. Going again. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's true.
Okay, are we going with Dameon Pierce or Jahan Dotson in a 1-point PPR flex spot?
I'll take Jahan Dotson here.
Oh, I'm gonna go Pierce here. I don't think that week 1 was what we're gonna typically see out of Pierce, so I'm gonna go with Pierce. And that doesn't help Joe at all. Unless he was leaning one way but wanted confirmation, then at least he got confirmation from one of us.
Yeah. I think Pierce is going to be a good guy to buy in rebuilds, but I just don't like him this year.
Who do I start at wide receiver and flex? Waddle, Mike Williams, Gibbs, or Connor? Well, we know Waddle's in there, right?
Yeah.
We're not taking Waddle out. That high-flying Dolphin offense there. So where are you going with the flex spot?
Gibbs. Going Jahmyr Gibbs. I think that we're going to start seeing an uptick in his usage. He's got as much, if not more, PPR value than James Conner. So, yeah, it's Jahmyr Gibbs for me.
I'm a risk taker. So if you're willing to take the risk at him only getting 9 touches again, then that's where I'm going. If you're going to lean safe, and you don't want to take that risk, then it's James Conner, right? And the touches that we know he'll get.
Right.
Mark Andrews is expected to play. Brandon Cooks for the Cowboys is not expected to play.
Ooh.
Little Gallup.
Fire up your Michael Gallup shares.
Dude, I love Michael Gallup if they their offense didn't look very good last week either, even though they put up 40, but that was their defense.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm personally going Gibbs here, but I know that it's risky because we don't know what type of touches he's going to get. We think it's going to move in the positive direction, but if you're not willing to take that risk, then for me, it's James Conner. We know he's going to get a bunch of carries. We know he's probably going to get 6 targets. That's where I go the safe route. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
Dynasty 12 teams start 2 quarterbacks, 2 tight ends with IDP, 14 starters on each side of the ball. What kind of draft capital would you offer for James Conner? I mean, I think in that league you can't go more than a late second or early third, right?
Yeah, if I own James Conner, I'd be trying to trade him for a second, especially if I was in no situation to compete. I don't know if I'd even take a third. I just wait till people get desperate, whether the injury bug strikes their team or something like that. But I think he's worth a late second.
Sleepy Refresh wants to know D-Hop or Tyler Lockett in a PPR league.
D-Hop for me.
This one's close for me. Tyler Lockett is just perennially disrespected.
I like Tyler Lockett. I'm just
talking about general, not you.
Yeah. You're right.
I will tell you, this thumbnail wants me to check out their channel. Looks pretty cool there. The old Sleepy Refresh. I'm gonna go Tyler Lockett here. Brady wants to know, you on Monty or James Conner at running back?
I'm going James Conner.
I'm going James Conner as well.
Yeah,
I think
PPR
that pass catching work. Yeah. Seems like James Conner is going to be a real popular one today. Lex says Drake London or Rashad Bateman. This is Drake London. I know it was a 0 in week 1. I know. I know they're only going to throw the ball 20 to 25 times per game, but he is going to get 20% of this market share. He's going to get 6 targets a game probably. I'm going Drake London. I don't know what Rashad Bateman's gonna get. I'd prefer IHOP over D-Hop. I mean, we're getting to that
I
point
am
in his
hungry.
career. Yeah, some pancakes. I don't know. And this was back in my drinking days. But man, I used to love going there after a night out and getting the steak bites and eggs. Oh man.
You know what's weird is where close to where I live, an IHOP opened, and it was open for maybe 6 months, and it closed. And I mean, they built it brand new, and it just brand new building, basically just sitting there, been vacant for like 2 years.
Damn.
Can't get anybody to work there.
Luis says 10-man PPR. Need a flex. My lineup is Burrow, Jacobs, Najee, Diggs, Higgins, Hawkinson. Commanders defense and Elliott. Deciding between Flowers and Lockett. I mean, it looks like you have to start Najee. I mean, I'm going Lockett, but Flowers isn't far behind. I'm going Lockett over Elliott, that's for sure.
I think Elliott is his kicker.
Oh, not Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, I bet it's Jake Elliott.
So just need a flex. I'm going Lockett over Flowers for now. This could definitely change soon. I wouldn't argue against Flowers either, but I mean, Lockett's been sure-handed for a long time. That's where I'm sticking. Week 1, he had the head injury. We didn't even know if he was going to play in week 2, but he passed all his concussion stuff. I'm going Lockett here.
Yeah, I think I'll lean Lockett for this week, and I won't be surprised if my answer is definitely changed moving forward.
Yeah, I mean,
one more good week of Zay Flowers, and it's gonna be easier. And that game should be high scoring with the Seahawks and hopefully high scoring with the Seahawks and Lions. Definitely 2 offenses that could put up some points.
Okay, I need to apologize because I was stupid high on Akers this summer.
Yeah.
And after week 1, it did not look good at all. I mean, he had the second worst efficiency to Deion Jackson in Indy. Kyren got all the work early in the game. Akers was basically leaned on to seal the game late. It's not looking good for Akers in LA, and it saddens me. I think Kyren's the guy you have to go with here. He was the guy that got it early and often, and I think you have to go there. Now, it could flip. That could have been just a one game specific game script they had written up, but Akers didn't help himself with a 1.8 yard per carry or whatever it was. It was not good. 22 carries, 28 yards? Not even that good. I gave him more credit there than I should have. It was bad. Charbonnet only got 12 snaps, right? We can't start Charbonnet yet unless you absolutely have to. We don't know what Kendre is going to be. I'm going with Kyren here. He got some pass catching work, got all the carries early. 2 rushing touchdowns? I think that's where you got to go, Bryce.
Yeah, I would apologize, but really, my Akers hype only hurt myself more than anybody else. So, so many shares, so little value. Yeah, Kyren Williams pretty easily here.
Happy football day. The Akers thing just breaks me, dude. I got called a clown in the YouTube chat, and then the guy just kept arguing with me. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if I knew everything, I would have a billion subscribers, right? Like, everybody would be subscribed to RotoHeat in the world if I had every answer. I'm not going to be right every time. I'm going to give you the best knowledge that I have. I spend a lot of time to study this stuff, but I'm not going to be right every time. I'm sorry.
Akers is going to end up in a different situation, and maybe his story will change, but I don't know. The LA just might not be the right place for him.
I'm not even betting on that right now because those like mid-tier guys that I like hype a lot, that I pick, that I like they just seem to die. They're just like, fuck Rick, I'm gonna forget how to play football.
Yeah, stay away from Javonte Williams then. He's my only hope now.
Oh, man. Happy football day. Need 2 running backs, Brian Robinson, Montgomery, Akers, or Mostert. Monty's got to be the first one in, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I mean, you want pieces of that Dolphins offense. I'm probably going Montgomery, Mostert.
I think I am too.
Akers is out after the whole spiel we just had. Brian
Yeah,
Robinson.
you can't start Akers and feel good about it at all. These other guys you can start and probably feel relatively good. Who do the Commanders play today? You could, if they have a weak running matchup, they play against the Broncos front, who I think is actually pretty decent against the run, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, give me Mostert and Montgomery today. Definitely 2 have the highest touchdown upside too.
Hey guys, I'm new. Who should I start at flex PPR? Nico Collins, Jahan Dotson, Edwards, or Mostert? I know where you're going.
I don't think. I'm going Mostert here.
Are you going Mostert over?
I'm going Mostert here. I'm going Mostert here over Jahan Dotson. Yeah,
that's where I'm going as well.
Yeah, it's close, but Mostert for me.
I think PS2 is going to be covering Terry, but Collins looks like number 1, and Dolphins offense looks good. Yeah, that's why I'm going with Mostert. I just think he's got the most touchdown upside, the most multi-game. Like, he could have 2 or 3 touchdowns just from the way that offense moves, and he's going to get those opportunities down in there probably. So, Mark says, I got offered a trade, Flowers and Elijah Mitchell for my London and Akers. I'm still high on London. I can't go. I think Mitchell and Akers are about the same value, right? And I think London is still higher than Flowers for me. So that's where I'm at. I'm going London and Akers just because of London. I think London still is a huge talent. It's just that offense. But Flowers is in a similar offense, right? He might not get any more targets than London.
Correct. If this is redraft, I'm definitely going Flowers and Elijah Mitchell. In Dynasty, it's a little bit harder for me. I think it's just an even trade. I think you can lean one way or the other. It's literally 50-50 for me. So if I had more London shares, I'd probably disperse and go to the Flowers side and vice versa the other way.
Picking 1, we got Hopkins, Mostert, Khalil Herbert, or Hollywood in full PPR, leaning Hopkins and Mostert, and that's where I'm at.
It's or, so he's got one. He's only going to pick one of them.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
One.
I'm going to take Hopkins.
That's where I'm going as well. It's doesn't feel great though. Tank Bigsby or Khalil Herbert. This is easily Herbert for now. He's going to get more opportunities, I think. I do look for Tank to continue to chip at that, but right now it's still Khalil Herbert.
Yep, this is currently Khalil Herbert. This could change halfway through the season, though.
You guys said you wanted the full names.
Oh my God.
All right, smart ass. And then Dylan just laughs. Okay, now Cap for Life needs 2. Puka, Shaheed, or Bourne. Bourne easy.
I think we had this question, but from someone else.
Was it this the same exact one? We went.
We
Bourne
had these.
Puka. Yeah, we went.
Yeah, we went Bourne and Puka.
Shane Barrett says Lazard or Robert Woods for a flex play. Woods had 10 targets last week. Okay, this is the one thing that I want to say because even in the waiver video, Robert Woods getting 10 targets is less valuable than other guys getting 4. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
At this point in his career, right? But not Lazard. I will take Robert Woods over Lazard, but the whole Robert Woods had 10 targets. We need to play. We need to pick him up. Like he was like the 4th receiver on our waiver wire video last year that I had any interest in. I wasn't at this point in that offense. No touchdown upside. But in this matchup, it is Robert Woods. But yeah, if I would have picked up Allen Robinson over Robert Woods pretty easily
Yep.
this week. I have a league with no deductions, and Josh Allen still had 19 points last week. I think he's a cheat code in that league. Yeah, if he had 19 points with that game, then I think you're in pretty good shape. Jim Coop says, I need 2 in PPR. We going Jahan Dotson, Justice Hill, or Kendrick Bourne? Kendrick Bourne, again, easy for me. Easier than Dotson for sure, for me.
I agree. It's Kenny Bourne and Dotson for me.
Yep, it is them 2 for me as well. I'm in too many leagues, he says. Russell Wilson, Howell, or Bryce Young for Superflex. It's still Russell Wilson for me. But Howell could pass him. Bryce Young's probably going to take some while.
Yeah. Give me Russell Wilson. The only rookie quarterback we're starting is Anthony Richardson, and he definitely got put in the best situation.
And he just runs good, so that
the rushing upside for sure helps.
Shane also wants to know, we going Dameon Pierce or Judy in a PPR flex? I'm going Judy.
He had no injury designation for today. I think he could have probably played last week, but they wanted him 100%, so I think he's there or close to it.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Mark Andrews expected to play.
Yep.
I need him in 2 leagues. All right. George says, are we going JSN or Zay Jones here? And this is very interesting because I think JSN is clearly the better talent. But I'm going Zay Jones.
Yeah. JSN's I think is going to be a really good receiver in the league. It's Zay Jones though, until he gets the opportunities start opening up for him. It's got to be Zay.
With Cooks not playing, I have to start Reed. Okay. Or Maydell, since Sky is not playable.
I'm assuming
Tank Dell.
Yeah. I feel.
So is this Jalen Reed? Is he saying he has to play Jalen Reed or Tank Dell?
Sky Moore not playing?
No, he's saying he's not playable because he dropped balls and didn't get no.
Playable. Yeah. Okay. He also can't get open. So.
Yeah,
that's why Tony gets targets. I mean, Sully said it best last night as well. It's like Pat Mahomes goes to the open receiver and Tony gets open. He just happens to not catch the ball when he is.
So. Yeah, it's like he's trying to catch the ball with 2 bottles in his hand.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just love that screenshot from week 1 where he's like the ball's like right here and the defender's like way over here, and it's like this ball turned into a pick 6. It's like how?
Right through his hands, yeah.
Full PPR, Miles Sanders versus the Saints or AJ Dillon versus Atlanta. This is Trey that needs some help from us here.
Man, this one's tougher, but I think I'm going to go with AJ Dillon.
Man, I'm going to go Miles Sanders here. I think.
I think if they were playing vice versa teams, I would go with Miles Sanders. But the Saints defense is really good against the run.
But my problem here is that Atlanta's going to run so many times. It's going to slow the game down. There's probably going to be less opportunities for Dillon. It's just going to be a slow game. I'm going to go Miles Sanders. Yeah, I'm going Miles Sanders. I'm not going to talk myself out of it.
Fair enough.
This one, easy. Algier.
Yeah.
Algier, as much as it pains me, but Algier was like, I told people all summer long, the only thing that's going to keep Bijan from being a top 12 running back this year is the fact that they are going to use multiple backs. And Tyler Algier was a 1,000-yard rusher in his rookie season with not very many opportunities. He's going to continue to get them and looks pretty darn good. Joe Lindsay says, pick one. We got Van Jefferson, Tank Dell, Komet Knox, or Jawan Johnson in a 1 PPR flex.
Ugh.
I mean, for me, it comes down to Komet versus Jawan Johnson, whichever one's your flavor at tight end. I know Joe's a Bears fan.
Did Komet get decent amount of targets last week? Man, the game was.
He'll typically get 5 to 6 targets. Jawan Johnson is a better playmaker down the field.
Yeah, I think I'll go with Komet.
It's definitely the safe play, in my opinion. But again, Juwan Johnson's probably got more upside at the tight end position than Van Jefferson. I just don't know. Did he get passed by those two young, speedy receivers? That one's the tough one. It could be him. But yeah, I'm going Komet. Drop Deontay Johnson for Marquise Brown, Jalen Warren, or Nico Collins, maybe for Roshan Johnson, PPR 10-man league. I don't want to drop Deontay. Do you guys not have like an IR spot or anything that you can use for him? I don't want to drop him if I don't have to. He's still going to be he's going to just get targeted a ton when he's back. And hopefully it's only a couple week thing. But what do you do here, Bryce? Are you dropping Deontay or?
Yeah, again, it's kind of hard to say because like, do you need to start one of these guys? I mean, if I had to, it'd easily be Marquise Brown. I'll say that, but I would not drop him over any of these guys unless I absolutely had to for a starter. Good. It was good that reports came out that he was going to be out for like 4 potentially 4 weeks, and then the next day it comes out that he's day to day. So maybe they weren't as serious as they thought. So hold on to Deontay Johnson. I bet he won't be back next week, but I bet he'll be back the week after.
Oh
yeah, then no. Just keep Deontay Johnson.
Don't need to start. Look at this. I just said that. I think I said this on our video, right? Did I say that, or was that on something else where I said?
Yeah, must have been on something.
Must have been in the chat. Maybe it was in the chat or on that. I said Foreman might be I'm going to go to the Discord because I'm pretty sure Foreman.
Roshan season is coming. It's like a storm.
I'm going to the Discord right here. Yeah, Roshan. I mean, he just looked better. If you watched the game, if you watched all three of those running backs, Roshan clearly had the most juice. And oh wait, that's a wrong chat. Sorry, I gotta go in here and get people to give me my flowers real quick because I literally just said this the other day when somebody asked who do you take, Brian Robinson or Khalil Herbert in a dynasty trade? And I said, dude, Khalil Herbert's about to lose his job in the next few weeks. And I said, watch, as soon as you see Deonta Foreman's a healthy scratch because they don't want to carry 4 running backs because they have Travis Homer on special teams, then you know Roshan season's here. And then it happened a day later. So
yeah, cool. I would imagine his percentage goes up significantly today. Then Roshan,
yeah, I would too. So I'm getting that in there. So we got dynasty here. PPR, would you take 2024 4th in Superflex for Robert Woods? No, I wouldn't go there. I would try to get a 3rd probably out of him. Start with a 2nd if I could, if somebody would overpay for a 2nd because he gets 7 to 8 targets per game, then I would do that. If you're in super flex leagues, me and Bryce were just talking about this before we started the broadcast. I want all the 2nd round picks. Normally I'm the guy that's telling you I do not let a 2nd round pick sway me in a trade. This year is different. We might have 7 first round quarterbacks in dynasty drafts in super flex. That's going to push so much talent into the 2nd round. I want all the 2nd rounders that I can get. I want all the first rounders I can get too. But if people will throw in seconds easily, not thinking about it, then get them added to your trades because there's going to be a lot of talent in that 2nd round in dynasty drafts next year, I think. Joshua Regal says, Hall, Judy, Skymore, Brian Robinson, or Nico Collins. Pick 2 for the flex. Full PPR. Happy Sunday, y'all. Pick 2. I'm going Judy. I'm going Judy and then probably Hall. Hall or Brian Robinson. Brian Robinson's going to get the touches. We know that.
Yeah.
It's just he doesn't get a lot of receiving work, so the upside's pretty low unless he gets multi-touchdowns. So I could see going Brian Robinson if you want to go safe, but I'm going to go Hall here with Judy for the upside, I think.
I'm definitely going Judy. But if this game potentially gets out of hand with the Jets and Cowboys, which it could, I could see Salah just being like, let's not even potentially get Breece Hall hurt in this situation. Rest him up a little bit more. So let me get Brian Robinson and Jerry Jeudy. But
yeah, I can
all
definitely
will run an 85-yard touchdown. Now I said that, so
I can definitely get on board with that. But.
yeah. Oh, easy right here. Hey, Rich.
Hey, Rich, baby.
Yeah.
Remember last week I felt bad for having A Rich as the QB7. Looks pretty good now.
Yeah, his passing was impressive, and I wasn't expecting that. I was down on him based on his passing ability, but we'll see once he has to start pushing the ball down the field more what it looks like.
Half PPR, pick 2 running backs and 1 flex to start. Damian Pierce, Pacheco, Jamal Williams, Joshua Kelly, Algier, London, and Tony. Okay, we need 2 running backs and 1 flex. So at running back, I'm going with Damian Pierce and Algier.
I'm going to go with Algier and Pacheco.
And then I'm going London.
As the flex?
Yep, I'm going London.
Yeah, I think I'm going.
I could see if you wanted to go Damian Pierce, Pacheco, and Algier, I could be fine with that. But I do think Pierce and Pacheco are really close. You know what? You're right. I'm probably going to lean more Pacheco.
It's just touchdown upside. That's all it is.
Well, but he got more pass catching. Like, he got more pass opportunities last week than we expected, right?
Yep.
And that's a difference maker in itself. So I'm with you. I'm going Pacheco, Algier, and London.
Yeah, Pacheco's starting to get used like he did in the playoffs last year. Like, we saw him get very, very, very little passing work during the season, but in the playoffs, I think that he may have gotten targeted more than Jerick McKinnon, if I'm not mistaken. Definitely at least in the Super Bowl or the championship game. So he has some PPR value. Give me Algier, give me Pacheco, and give me London with Pierce nipping at his heels. I will say I would go Pierce as a more safe option because any given week, I feel like any Falcons pass catcher could put you up sub 3 points. But
there definitely is risk with London. There definitely is. Yep. Damian Pierce is going to get carries. Like we know that's the case. So yep. I could get on board with that as well.
Yep.
Marco says Atwell, Rondell, or Bourne.
Give me Kendrick Bourne. I'm telling people the Patriots offense is starting to look like it did 2 years ago in the sense of it's Hunter Henry and Kendrick Bourne again, which I don't know where they went last year or what Matt Patricia was doing. I don't think he knows. But now the
offensive coordinator,
now it's boosted. Like they're getting used and they're boosted. Like I think that Bill O'Brien really was the key to get this offense at least to look mediocre.
Bill O'Brien as a head coach and a GM, aka in Houston, terrible. As an offensive coordinator, he has always been pretty good. He's always been on the forefront of where the league is going. So definitely seeing some positive out of that offense after 1 week, even though, they didn't get the Dubski. Dobbs, Treylon Burks, Rashad White, or Dotson. Pick 3. So we're sitting one of these, and I think I got to go with Burks.
Yeah, pretty easily for me. Sitting Burks.
All right, we're starting Dalvin Cook here.
Yes.
We are starting Dalvin Cook. Okay, so I haven't seen the official Donta Foreman healthy scratch. If that is 100% true, it's Roshan here. It's probably Roshan anyway. I'm not a Sky Moore guy. Yeah, I'm going Roshan. Are you going Roshan? Here, no matter what?
Whether the news is right or not, I will also say, yep, it looks like that thing is, yep, he is a healthy scratch. Oh, wait, I expect him to be a healthy scratch a lot this year is what I'm seeing. So I don't see an official report, but that's from like a verified Bears Twitter page with over 10,000 followers. So, yep, give me Roshan Johnson.
Cup.
Trade it must be Cup and
Watson for Diggs. I don't know that you can take Cup right now, especially in redraft.
Redraft, this is easily Diggs.
Yes.
I've heard reports from like a guy
Unless
that
it's a
follows
super
the
flex, and then
yeah.
it's easily
I
Watson no
followed
matter what. But
yeah. Well, is it Christian Watson though? That's the
oh,
other
I was
thing.
thinking Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's
I'm going
Christian.
Diggs here,
Yeah,
without knowing, but I'm assuming this is redraft. But I want Cup if he's healthy, but this hamstring stuff is scary.
I heard it's going to be more than 4 weeks too. I've heard
Yeah,
all the way up to like 8. So
yeah.
that
So
being said, yeah, you need to have Diggs because you know by the time Cup gets healthy, you might not even be in playoff contention. Where Diggs is going to put you give you a way better chance to be there than Watson will.
Jonathan says a TD only league. So now we're really looking at TD upside. I like it. That's fun. We need to start 3 of these. So which of these 3 have the most touchdown upside?
It's Josh Kelly, isn't it?
Josh Kelly has the most because he doesn't need to be efficient for the touchdowns, right? He just needs to be in line, and Justin Herbert can put them in line through the pass game and then work on getting it in on those short runs. So Joshua Kelly's in for me. I think Brian Robinson's next for me.
I think so. And if I'm not mistaken, the Cardinals play the Giants. Because I mean, it's hard to imagine the Cardinals have any touchdown upside.
For me, it's Brian Robinson, Joshua Kelly, and James Conner. And this is why I'm going to go James Conner, is because he's got an opportunity through the pass game and through the run game to get into the end zone. Whereas most of these other guys, I think, are just strictly runners. They've only got the one way to the end zone. And I think that the Commanders and the Chargers are the 2 offenses that have the best shot to get into range for touchdowns. And then James Conner just has multiple ways that he can get in there. And that's why I would go him. Do you agree with that, or are you lean in a different way?
No, I think I'm going to agree with that. I was going to lean that way anyway. So, yeah.
Reggie says, start George Pickens or Nico Collins, full PPR.
I will go Pickens here. I think with Deontay Johnson out, his target share has to go up a little bit at least. I don't think it all just resorts to Allen Robinson. I think it does get spread out with Calvin Austin in there a little bit, but I'll go with George Pickens.
I will admit George Pickens has the higher ceiling, but I'm going Nico Collins here because he's going to get targeted. It's probably not going to be a huge day for him, but he's probably not going to dud you either. And Pickens is just that type that I think could dud you. But if you really need the upside, when you look at that, opponent, if you feel like they're way ahead of you, then I go George Pickens pretty easily. Could drop his phony baloney. Should we tell him how to spell baloney?
No, I think he was trying to make it sound like spell like his last name. I'll just resort to that.
I'm stuck, fellas. I'm in a 12-team league PPR. Start D-Hop and put Flowers in the flex, or sit D-Hop, Flowers wide receiver 2, and Bourne off the bench to my flex.
So start 2 out of Flowers, D-Hop, and Bourne is essentially what he's asking here.
Yeah, I think D-Hop's in there, but I'm going Bourne here probably over Flowers. I think Flowers, again, probably has more upside, but I think Bourne gives you a bit of everything, right? Like he's going to get targets. He's probably safer than Flowers, and maybe not as high as a ceiling, but still a pretty decent ceiling on him.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 touchdowns last week. Definitely has a ceiling of play. This is hard for me. I feel like there's no wrong answer for this, but I think I'm gonna also go D-Hop and Bourne. D-Hop and Bourne.
Niner MMA says we got Kelly, B-Rob, Pacheco. Start 2, half PPR. Pacheco's in there. I think we both agree with that one.
Yep.
And then I'm going B-Rob.
Give me B-Rob and Pacheco.
B-Rob, Pacheco. Dude, Josh Kelly, after all this, is going to go for like 250, 4 touchdowns. Just make me look like an idiot, because that's what players like to do. I'm sure they're thinking about Rick Butts. Like, how can we make
not
Rick
that
Butts
good?
go? Yeah,
he's just not that good. Like, he's had all the opportunity, and like he just hasn't looked that good. So,
Yeah, I seen somebody post like he's played 8 games without Eckler and he's averaged like 3.9 fantasy points or something in those games.
Yeah.
Start Dak or Howell. This is still Dak,
Yeah.
Marco. It's still Dak for now.
Tough defense, I will say. I mean, I get the question in the sense of who they're playing against, but it's got to be Dak still.
I like this one. Where you going?
I'm going to go Deshaun Watson. I'm not even going to look who they play. I don't really care. I'm not going to look into last week's numbers too much because it was horrible conditions for the Browns and Cincinnati game. For quarterbacks and wide receivers combined, but Deshaun Watson runs the ball a lot still. So there's that upside as well. So I'll go with the Browns. I will say I might switch my answer if Amari Cooper got put as out because that's a huge loss on that offense, and they could just heavily lean on the run game if that was the case. But give me Deshaun Watson over Jared Goff, but it's close.
I'm going Jared Goff. I mean, this isn't just last week with Watson, right? This was last year with Watson as well. And then Cooper being hobbled, even not being 100, that doesn't help. So I'm going Jared Goff here. I'm going Jared Goff. That's weird to say. I'm going Jared Goff. There was a point in time. See, this is the nice thing about players flipping. It's fun. Because there was a time where we would have said the answer is never Jared Goff.
Right.
And now he's back to being an option. I love it. Jerry Jeudy, London, Bateman, sit 1.
Bateman. Yeah, sitting Bateman. That's an easy one.
Bateman, easy there for me. Mo Diesel says start 3.5 PPR. We got Allen Robinson, Sean Tucker, Hollywood, Scary Terry, Robert Woods, and Lazard. Scary Terry in. Allen Robinson in. Hollywood in. That's my 3.
Yep. That's my 3 as well, pretty easily.
Craig Wayne.
I think he already asked that. Dalvin Cook.
Yep, Dalvin Cook. Yeah, remember, guys, we do go in order. I know it takes some time to get to your questions sometimes, but we try to make it as quick as possible. Mo Diesel says Dak, Danny Dimes, or Russell Wilson. I'm still going Dak here.
I'm thinking about Danny Dimes here. I am. I'll go Danny Dimes. I'm just going to go with it. It's a bounce back week for the Giants. Dak's got a tough defense to play against. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a low scoring game.
Bee growing stuff. So we got planting trees and bee growing stuff. I think we need to assemble here and bring the A team together and plant some trees and then be growing them. PPR need 1 running back, Pacheco or Dalvin Cook or Zach Moss.
Pacheco.
I'm going Dalvin Cook. Also pick a flex. Zay Flowers, Dobbs, Elijah Moore, or Nico Collins. This again, if I need safe, I'm going Nico Collins. If I need the upside, I'm going Zay Flowers. I wouldn't argue against Zay Flowers either way, but we just never know with Ravens offense how much they're going to throw. So that's where I'm at. Nico and Zay and Dalvin Cook.
See, for me, it's between Zay and Romeo for me. I'll go with Zay Flowers.
Kid Kobe says, morning. Fav Rock says, start Dame Pierce, Zay Flowers, or Joshua Kelly. I'm going to go with, I'm still with Damian Pierce here. I wouldn't argue against Flowers, though.
I'm going Zay Flowers.
I have a feeling Josh Reynolds and Zay Jones will outscore Garrett Wilson this week. It's possible. It's possible for sure. But I'm not starting Josh Reynolds unless I absolutely have to. I would start Zay Jones just about everywhere I have him. Drop Kendra Miller, Akers, or Charbonnet for Tyjae Spears, Sean Tucker. For one, I'm not dropping any of those 3 yet. I'm not for Tyjae Spears and Sean Tucker. Kendra Miller, didn't play last week. This is his first week. Looks like he's going to play. And then Charbonnet is just better than both of those guys. It's going to take time for him to get in there, but and then Akers, we just got to see again. He still got 22 carries. As bad as it was, there were still 22 carries there. What are you thinking, Bryce?
If this is a redraft, I could consider dropping Kendra Miller for Tyjae Spears because I think once Kamara's back, it will. I mean, I think it'll be way harder for Kendra Miller to get on the field where Tyjae Spears was on the field more than Derrick Henry week 1. I don't expect that to continue, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's out there more than Kendra Miller is on his offense. So I'll just take the guy that's on the field more. But I'd probably still hold tight. I don't think it's far enough to be worth the hassle of even doing it right now. Give it another week.
Again, I just want to remind everybody, if you ask your question, you don't have to ask it more than once. We will go in order down. The only way that to get, sooner is a super chat, not to beg for money, but that will skip the line. But if you would smash that like button for us real quick, tell your friends if they got questions, come see us. That helps us out a lot. We appreciate it. Which team do you like better this week in a full PPR? We got A Rich, Pollard, James Cook, Diggs, MT, Andrews, Hopkins, Giants D. Team 2 is Dak, CMC Pierce, DK Judy, Muth, McLaurin, and Dallas DST.
I'll go with Team 1.
Yeah, I'm going Pollard, Team 1 James as Cook. Well. Yep, I'm going Team 1. Dylan, hopefully that's your team and not your opponent. Kid Kobe says Zach Moss or Samaje P. Ryan, half PPR.
Here we go.
These are the questions that make us or break us.
I'll go with Samaje. I'll go Samaje P. Ryan. He was out there quite a bit. I don't know what percentage Zach Moss will be out there in comparison, but
I mean, if we don't hear that Zach Moss is on a pitch count, I'm going Zach Moss here. Deion Jackson averaged 1.2 yards per carry last week. It was bad. It was epically bad. He was not good. And even though I'm not a Zach Moss fan, I think he's gonna get all the work if he's back and he's full. If we hear that he's not full, that he's gonna be eased in, then I go P. Ryan. All right, I gotta pull up my rankings for this.
Who does Houston play?
I think this is Jets pretty easily, but I just want to make sure I don't contradict myself here. But we do have, and I'll post this right now. I'll post the link in the chat here. We do have week 2. Me and Sully rank our redraft rankings, and we do have DST kicker rankings included in that. But I'm sharing that in the chat right now. But I'm pretty sure the Jets are going to be the answer. Yeah. Houston's way down. Jets I have at 11, and Houston I have at 26. So it's clearly Jets there for me. Gibbs or Dylan? I'm going Gibbs, but you have to accept the risk that he doesn't get enough touches. You have to accept that. If you accept it, then good. If not, don't do it. Go with Dylan, who's guaranteed more touches. That what you're thinking?
Yeah, I'm going to go Gibbs here. I'm going to take that risk.
Mouse Kill Tier Gaming. Need 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, and 1 flex. So we need at least 1 of each. MT's in there for me. He's the first wide receiver I'm putting in out of that group.
Yes, and I'll go with saying with the 1 running back, it's Javonte Williams for me.
Javonte Williams for me as well. And then I'm going Hopkins, or I'm going Debo, and it's in between Hopkins and Debo for me for the flex. And
yeah, I'm going to lean Hopkins.
I'm leaning. Hopkins definitely safer. Adam Lean says pick 3: Judy, Burks, Dobbs, Atwell, P. Ryan. Pick 3. So we're sitting 2. I'm sitting Atwell, and I'm sitting Burks probably.
Yeah, Judy and Dobbs are the easiest ones, right?
Yeah.
Starting, and then
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I must have to start Atwell here, and I don't really like it.
See, I was thinking Burks, but
I'll go with Atwell, Judy, and Dobbs. That's who I'll start. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. I'll man this. let me check my rankings real quick on this one because I don't know what I do here. This is a tough one. So I have Atwell at 132 overall, wide receiver 60. I have Burks at 87 overall. Pirine at 84 overall. So I knew I had Burks and Pirine close. I'm going Pirine here. I'm going Judy, Dobbs, Pirine. 10-team full PPR: Lamar, McCaffrey, Stevenson, Wilson, Keenan, Pitts, McLaurin. Bench: Marquise Brown, Tua, Elijah, Justice Hill, Hunter Henry, Roshan Johnson, Bourne, Zach Moss on IR. Start trades. So I mean, I would get a little bit more running back depth. I think your starters are fine here. You know, you've got a little bit of wide receiver depth on the bench. You know, you could trade a bigger name like Marquise Brown to try to get some more running back depth, but I'm not a believer of Justice Hill. I think if they're good and they're having troubles at the running back position, they are going to bring somebody else in. Could be a Kareem Hunt, could be a Leonard Fournette. You know, they already got Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon might get more work today than Justice Hill does. Who knows? But I would look to get some more running back depth here. I think you're good. McCaffrey and Stevenson, I love those as the 1-2 punch. Looks like Roshan's going to get more action, but I would look to get – you got a bunch of wide receivers, and you could – you know, Bourne's startable. Marquise Brown is startable. So I would look to get a little more running back depth here. Is that what you're thinking, Bryce?
Yeah, probably, but I would put Bourne in over Marquise Brown in my starting lineup.
Well, they're on the bench. They're both on the bench.
Oh, bench. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I was just saying he's got the depth. He's got two guys on the bench that are startable in fantasy there.
I would put in Hunter Henry over Kyle Pitts, though. I would do that.
I don't know if I'm there yet, but, you know, I wouldn't argue against it either. But you paid for Pitts. You got to give him a few weeks, right? Like, they got to throw to London and Pitts at some point. They just got to, or maybe not. But
see, like, I feel like he has a higher chance of involving London because, I mean, Arthur Smith took over and drafted London, and then he drafted Brian Robinson. He was no part of drafting Pitts, and I was reading reports of like insiders are saying just like Pitts is not going to be very good this year. He's not going to be used as much as people want him to be. We just at this point either have to hope Arthur Smith gets fired and or Pitts.
They trade Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, they trade him away. Maybe he goes into his contract year, finishes it out crappy, gets his value low, and signs with the Chiefs when Travis Kelce ultimately retires. That's my dream scenario for Kyle Pitts.
Yo, thanks for the help. I need 3 full PPR league. Pick 3: Judy, Burks, Dobbs, Atwell, Pirine.
I think we had the same question, but I don't think it's the same person.
Is that different? No, it's the same.
No, it is the same guy. Yeah.
All right.
I think he said that after you already said don't. We go in order. So
so we got golf, and then we have the same question twice in a row, but he put more in the second time. So Pacheco or Algier is running back 2 in a 12-team PPR. I'm going Algier.
I'm going Algier as well. And I love Pacheco.
Steven says, with Aaron Jones out scrambling for running back 2 spot, Justice Hill or Kyron Williams, half PPR. Also, should I drop Hill for Roshan Johnson? I would.
Yes. And
I would drop Justice Hill for Roshan, and then it's Kyron Williams. Yes.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup. Don't expect him to get many good solid rushing attempts, but he probably is the best PPR back for that team. So he could get some decent work in that area. Definitely would try and get Roshan. Guy I might be looking in my redraft leagues to get now, actually.
Tank says, thanks for taking questions. I got Amari Cooper with the Q tag. I can grab Allen Robinson 2-2, DPJ, or play the New England receiver. I assume he's talking about Kendrick Bourne. So I think you and I are on the same page. Out of all these, we would start Kendrick Bourne first, right? And then it would be Allen Robinson.
Correct. Yeah. If Amari Cooper is any way sort of limited or obviously out, you Kendrick Bourne for me. And then A-Rob. Easy second, A-Rob.
Yep. Shane says, A, I have way too many shares of Lazard and Robert Woods. B, Lazard, Woods, or Laporta for flex, no tight end premium. I mean, I think I'm Bobby Woods here. I do think Laporta is getting used great, but that's as a tight end. So I would go Woods in that scenario and B and start over Laporta for now. That could change, but right now I don't want, again, unless it's Garrett Wilson and the Jets passing game or Tyler Conklin. Like there might be spots where you got to start Tyler Conklin at tight end. And we know that they had a pretty good connection last year, but I don't want anything Lazard. That was Rodgers' dude. And Zach Wilson starting quarterback. I don't want anything of it right now.
Yeah, I agree. I'm starting Robert Woods here.
Anthony, what's up, buddy? Who should I flex in full PPR? Tyler Lockett, Javonte Williams, or Jamal Williams? I'm going Tyler Lockett.
It's either Tyler Lockett or Javonte Williams for me. I think a safer play would be Javonte. I think even then his ceiling or his floor is low. Give me Tyler Lockett.
Taco cheese. Judy, Michael Thomas, Collins, or Hollywood Brown at flex. For me, it's just Judy and Michael Thomas in consideration.
I agree. I have the same situation. Well, if you had Kendrick Bourne. But I
think I'm going Judy.
Yeah, I'm going to go Judy as well.
I mean, I have my ranks right here. I can just look. I have Judy. You know what? Well, also, I didn't know Judy was in the last time I tweaked these.
Yeah, and he has no injury designation.
I need to get up earlier on Sunday, guys, and actually tweak to the news. The Saturday night news. I need to do that and update these before I get on here. I am gonna go Judy here, despite where I probably have. Where do I have Thomas? Yeah, I have Thomas as wide receiver 23. But I would guess I'd probably have Judy right in that area if he had no injury designation. So,
yep,
I will go Judy.
I'll go Judy. It's close for me as well.
Need a third receiver, Shaheed or Reynolds, half PPR. I'm going Shaheed because he can get it on one.
Yep.
And half Shaheed. PPR. Reynolds probably more valuable in PPR. So that's where I'm going to go there. Justin Herbert or Justin Fields. Because if it's Khalil, it's easily Fields.
Right.
But where are you going with this one?
I'll go Fields. Herbert really didn't look that impressive last week, to be honest. I mean, I know it was a high-scoring game, but he really didn't have that many yards. His stat line wasn't anything out of this world. Justin Fields is obviously had a horrible game as well, but his rushing upside is just you can't beat it. So give me Justin Fields with the rushing upside.
The Bears have no choice but to change that offense from last week. They can't do what they did last week because everybody's on the hot seat. That being said, I have these guys one spot apart. They're literally quarterback 6 and 7. But I'm going Fields just slightly.
Oh, okay.
No. I have Fields. So I have Fields in because the way I have them ranked, we rank all of the positions together, and then we pull out each position, separately. Okay. So I have Justin Fields as 60th overall this week and Justin Herbert at 62 overall. So they're literally right there, neck and neck, very close. But I'm going to go Fields there by just the slightest. I wouldn't argue against Herbert, though. Am I crazy for playing Algier over Bijan? Yes.
Yeah, you got to put in Bijan.
I mean, I wouldn't say you're crazy, but Bijan is the better play. Even though Algier scored more than him in week 1, Bijan is the dude, and Algier is like a dude,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
good, but not the dude.
Yeah.
Wait, start them both if you can, I guess.
Yeah, I would. It's a weird situation to be comfortable starting 2 running backs from the same team, but that is one of them.
Who should I start at my flex? Full PPR: Zay Jones, Dobbs, Jaden Reed, London, or Robinson Jr. Who should I start at my flex? Full PPR. I mean, for me, it's still London. This was a dude we were drafted in the 4th, 5th round. It's one game. I'm going back to London again. If we see the same thing, then we're coming off of it, and it's probably Zay Jones for me after that, then Dobbs.
It's between London and Dobbs for me, and I'm going to go with Dobbs. Close. Close one.
Domir says 0.5 PPR. Do I start D Hop or Jerry Jeudy? For me, it's Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy for me as well.
Vito says pick 2 in PPR. We got Treylon Burks, Algier, and Puka. Algier's the easy one for me.
I'll go with Algier and Puka.
I hate going against 49ers, but I think I'm with
Sleeper just put that Roshan Johnson expect to have a bigger role with Deontay Foreman as a healthy scratch per Tom Pelissero. So it looks like that is official then. You like hearing that? I do too. I actually got a decent amount of Roshan.
Well, I like hearing it just simply because Brad asked that question about who should I take in Dynasty, Brian Robinson or Khalil Herbert. I feel like Herbert could lose his job in the next couple of years. And I'm like, dude, it's the next couple of weeks he's losing his job. Khalil Herbert, Roshan is on his tail right now. And I literally said in there, as soon as you see Donta Foreman as a healthy scratch, it's Roshan season. Because then, and here we are 2 days later. It's awesome. I just like being right because I was wrong so much in week 1. The Cam Akers stuff,
especially on your own team too.
But not only that, but then we make that video and we don't know that Kenneth Gainwell is going to be out, and I talk my DeAndre Swift shit, and then he gets used like he's never been used in the pros, has his best game literally the same day we drop that video. So I need some good. And Roshan could be that one that helps out. So yep. I'm happy there. So we got we said Algier and Puka. I'm on Puka too. I hate that 49ers matchup, but yeah, full PPR to my question. I don't remember.
We usually assume. We usually assume that anyway.
Good morning, guys. Who do I start on defense? I got Baltimore, but I'm thinking of picking up Tampa Bay, Green Bay, Denver. I got to go back to my DST rankings here. And
the Bucks are playing the Bears.
I need to.
I think the Packers might be playing the Falcons.
Yes, they are.
Packers or Falcons.
Packers are so, their defense is so good. Their front 7 is a bunch of first-round picks that dominate.
It's just with the way the Falcons run their offense, it's hard to get sacks. That's the problem.
That is definitely true. So here we go. He has Baltimore. Baltimore, I have at 7. Tampa Bay, I have at 13. Green Bay, I have at 14, and I think that's the same exact reason why. And then Denver, I have at 3. I have Denver at 3 this week.
Who they play?
Denver would be the one I'd go with.
I'll go with Denver as well. Who do the Broncos play? I wonder.
The Broncos play. Oh, that's not connected.
Oh, they play the Commanders.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll go with the Broncos.
Start T-Law or Tua? I think right now you got to start Tua. I have that question. Who do you start, Tua or Justin Fields?
I don't see a 466 this week for sure or anything close to. The one thing the Patriots do is just always keep people below their averages. So I'd I probably am still starting Tua though in this situation. Tyreek
I
Hill's
have
too
I have
good.
Tua at 4, Trevor Lawrence at 9 this week.
Okay,
I
that's
have
fair.
Tua at
Yeah.
4 and Justin Fields at 7, so I need to go put Tua in and practice what I preach, huh? Is Pickens worth keeping? Steelers offense looks like trash bag. Should I get Zay Jones, Dobbs, Shaheed, stash Roshan Johnson? Worried about Pickens.
I redraft question for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely a redraft because none of those guys are on a waiver in a
Dynasty. Yeah.
dynasty. So I'm definitely down with getting rid of Pickens. I do want to say that they played the 49ers. 49ers defense is, top 3 minimum in the league. And it was week 1, and we've seen a lot of good supposed offenses that looked bad. But I would rather start Jones, Dobbs, and now Roshan Johnson ahead of Pickens myself.
Yeah, I'm thinking if this guy's probably on your bench and you're trying to maybe get some value on that bench, give me the highest upside, and that might just be Roshan Johnson. It is Roshan Johnson, so I'd probably drop him for Roshan before it's too late.
Yeah, this could be the last opportunity you have to get Roshan off the waivers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got touchdown only again. This is different because we haven't had Freiermuth yet. So we got star 3, Kendrick Bourne, Freiermuth, Nico Collins, Debo Samuels. Thanks for the previous help on the running back. For me, Debo's in here because he's got the best touchdown upside out of this group. He can get there in multiple ways, plays on the best offense out of this group. Then I think I go Kendrick Bourne and Pat Freiermuth and sit Nico Collins.
Yep. Kenny Bourne, Pat Freiermuth, Debo Samuel has all 3 have the highest, and we do have a super chat. Just got it.
I was getting ready to say you're at the bottom, right?
I've been down here. Yep.
I just scrolled down. I was trying to see how far behind we were.
See, look how it pops up at the top of the chat on the side. I wonder how that wasn't doing that last time. So that's way nicer.
Definitely is nice.
Yep.
So go ahead and click that super
okay,
chat.
Yep.
Wait, we did this one.
Yep.
Okay, Shane says, here's $4.99. Shane, we appreciate you more than you know. Do we drop Zach Charbonnet for Roshan and start him over Pacheco in redraft? Bryce, I'll let you go.
Yes and no. I am going to take Roshan Johnson over Zach Charbonnet. I just am way more confident that Roshan Johnson can get the bulk of the carries than I am Zach Charbonnet this season. But I'm not starting him over Pacheco yet.
I am on board with what Bryce is saying. I would kind of put money on Roshan outscoring Pacheco this week, but I wouldn't recommend it to other people. I'm way more willing to take risk with my own stuff.
Do we have a $5 bet?
A $5 bet on there, yeah. But if I'm recommending and being responsible to our viewers, I would recommend starting Pacheco just because we know more of what he's going to get, and he did get some PPR work. But I think Roshan's going to be heavily involved in the passing game, where Khalil Herbert is not a good pass blocker. And I think this is why Roshan rose to the top of this Bears backfield so quick, is because he is a good pass blocker. So he's going to have more opportunities there. But I'm not willing to tell you guys to take the risk. I'm willing to take it myself. So if you can do with what you please with that information. But Brody, Trahan, however you say it, T-Law or Lamar? I have Lamar ahead. I'm not willing to get after him after 1 week.
Yep. Man, it's just that freaking game is set up to be I feel like all those games that are set up to be shootouts sometimes don't end up in one. But the Jags and Chiefs, Jags are probably looking for some revenge in the playoffs last year. I really like all the people in that game today. But with that being said, Lamar's also playing a division game, and those are extremely important this year, especially in the AFC. And even more so in the AFC North. I expect Lamar to have a big day today. So give me Lamar.
I got oh my gosh, my feed took me all the way back to the top. No, what is going on? I'm getting lost in the feed.
Shane put in our Discord, he's like, you guys know that's me putting the super chats in. Yeah, I figured FF Shane B is Shane Barrett. I was able to.
It literally said Shane.
I'm able to put those two together. Thanks, Shane.
I lost my place in this chat where it's not marked anymore. Why is it not marked? Letting me know where I'm at.
Let's see if I can find it. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I see it. Let me go to the next one.
Yeah, click the. Okay, I finally found it right when we
find it
when you got there. Jesus, you guys are awesome. So many comments. I got T-Law, and I know he's basically a must start, but do I throw A Rich in this week? I have A Rich one spot ahead of him in my rankings.
Yeah, jeez.
I have A Rich at 8, and this is going to the next question. We can answer the quarterback portion at the same time because Joe wants to know Fields or Richardson. So literally, my rankings go Justin Fields 7, Anthony Richardson 8, and Trevor Lawrence 9. So I'm starting Fields in the Joe question and Richardson in the Mako question. They're also close.
I'm starting T-Law. Man, that's close. And I'm going to start Justin Fields.
So you're starting T-Law over A-Rich.
Yeah.
And then Fields over
Richardson.
A-Rich.
Yeah. And I would start Fields over T-Law as well. That makes it.
So basically, you would have the rankings the same as mine, except for you would have Fields, T-Law, Richardson.
Yeah, probably. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yep. So the second part of Joe's question is Brian Robinson or Roschon Johnson in PPR. We're gonna have a heavy Roschon second half of this stream, huh?
Yeah, let me get Brian Robinson still. I want to see what Roschon's usage is first before I throw him in there. Where I'm really confident B-Rob is going to get like 15 plus touches.
B-Rob just doesn't catch the passes, so for me,
he doesn't.
I'm going Roschon because I think he gets 5 targets probably.
He did catch a touchdown last week. He did catch one.
Yeah, that was weird. Custer actually typed
on a broken play. It was a broken play. It's not like it was expected.
But Custer typed in there Brian Robinson with a touchdown. ... reception. That's new. Didn't expect that. This is so gross. If Stroud is out, who do you start in 1 QB? McCorkle Jones, Desmond Ridder, or Sam Howell? Sam Howell fairly easily for me.
I don't know. I don't think it is. I think Mac Jones, the Patriots offense have got to score points this week.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's definitely not Desmond Ridder. That's an easy one to put away.
I can't argue. Ridder.
It's Michael McCorkle Jones, by the way. His name is literally Mike Jones. I understand.
It would just be cool if people would just put Mac Jones instead of trying to get cute. I mean, you're not giving him a shorter nickname by spelling the whole thing out here. Let's go there, Shane.
Yeah, it'd be cool if he went as Eminem.
You know what? You're right. With the Miami offense on the other side of the field, I probably go Jones and Jones is like a QB 20 in a normal situation, in my opinion. So I'm always trying not to start him. And then Sam Howell's got the rushing upside that I like. So just in a vacuum. But when you talk about playing against the Dolphins, as long as you have a half decent quarterback on the other side, you're going to want to start them because they're probably going to throw 50% more than they do on normal weeks.
Yep. I'm going to go with Mac Jones this week. I really like him as a starter.
I have Tua 1 spot ahead of Lamar. 4 and
I'm going to go. I will go with Lamar this week. I'm really big on Lamar this week. I think he ends up as a top 3 performer. So give me Lamar.
Yo, hey,
I expect to be a shootout. Actually,
I'm not against it. I'm like I said, I have 5. So they're people keep asking these questions when I have them right next to each other, and literally,
there's no wrong answer. These are okay because it's like if one scores 30 and the other one scores 35.
But literally, like you could ask me now, I could go take a leak and come back and be like, you know what? I actually like Lamar.
Yeah.
Algier James Conner in the flex.
I don't know if we've had this one yet. Man, these guys are like really close for me too. Give me James Conner, just a PPR upside. Man, I don't know.
I know, dude. This is the James Conner and Algier ones are all tough. Like,
yeah,
just so many. routes that either of them can go. If I look here, I got
They're like
Algier.
both top tier of my like mid running backs, like that I like to have in my starting lineup.
I'm going Connor. I have Connor as a top 12 because of these checkdowns right now, and the injuries. Obviously Eckler and shit would be in there, but lots of question marks here. Yeah, I'm going Connor.
She's talking today.
Yeah, she's louder, I know. Who do I put in my flex? Flowers, Algier, Kelly, Debo.
Geesh. I'm gonna go with. Oh man, give me Algier. Give me Algier in this one.
I'm guessing I probably have Debo ahead of him in my rankings. Yeah, I'm going Debo.
What is her problem?
Rick says, morning fellas, half PPR. I need one for the flex. Drake, Judy, Brian Robinson, P. Ryan, Zach Moss. I'm going Jerry Judy.
Yeah, give me Jerry Judy as well. Sounds like a dinosaur. Give me Jerry Judy as well.
Shane says Kyron or Tanks Bigsby for running back 2. It's easily Kyron.
Yeah, it's got to be Kyron.
Yeah,
PPR upside might be pretty decent today.
MB, I have Gibbs, McLaurin, Lamb, Dalvin, Wilson, Chubb, Hawk at tight end, Cook on the bench, Taylor and Cup on the IR. So
Dalvin. I'd have James Cook in, or Hawk at Cook on my bench. If that's Dalvin Cook, I'd probably rather have James Cook in my lineup.
I'll play Dalvin over James in a heartbeat.
I definitely don't like the matchup this week, and I think Breece Hall gets more and more involved to where Dalvin's productivity is going to go down. Where I think James goes up.
I just don't think James is very good, but we are definitely on different sides of that.
Yeah,
coin.
I know.
Do I dare start Troutman? Wait, I don't even know what was I being asked here?
Nothing. He's just, I don't know, just kind of mentioned.
He said, was it worth the risk? And I don't know if there was something earlier. I have Gibbs, McLaurin, Lamb, Dalvin, Wilson, and Chubb.
Maybe was it worth the risk? Was it worth the risk to draft those two? Maybe. Sure. I guess.
Oh, yeah. I think you can weather the storm with this team until Taylor gets back. Hopefully they both get back in week 5. It's just we don't know if they will be.
Right.
But I like the risk. I'm a risk taker. So, if you're willing to take the risk, then yeah, I think it was good. Do I dare start Trotman over Kittle with Dulcich out? No, you do not.
No. Nope.
Do not do it. Slasher says, is it going to be Zach Moss or Deion Jackson today? I do not have like a confident answer for you. I would assume Zach Moss. Deion Jackson was like horrific last week. Like he did not look good. His stats did not look good. I'm not a Zach Moss fan, but I would think that they would go with Zach Moss, but I don't know. I really don't have a solid answer or a confident answer.
Yeah, I don't either. 50-50. Yeah. He's going to be involved still, even though Deion Jackson had a bad week last week. I mean, but nobody's going to get, like, I feel like way more touches than the other, or at least way more percentage on the field, I should say.
Hey, straight from Canada, we got Rob Sullivan joining the crew.
Good morning.
All the way. Good morning. I'm a little bit laggy here, both in start time and being here. So
I was watching you a little bit last night. I asked a question.
I appreciate you filling in for me last night.
Yeah.
Hey, it's no problem. I'm just trying to catch up here. My stream is really Canadian and slow, and I'm trying to get on my screen. There we go. All right.
You are in slow motion right now.
Yeah, you are kind of like now. Yeah, you're like lagging a little bit, but your audio's
I should have reset the router. Well, I sound better than I look anyway most days, so that's good.
How
are we doing, gentlemen?
Good. I'm gonna get through the next few. We have a long line of questions in the thing. We gotta keep rolling, but then I'm gonna take a leak break after we get through these. But I can't leave for what's coming up. So 12 team super flex. We got half PPR, start 9. Thanks, gents. Which options to start?
Holy balls.
Guys, like there's gonna be obvious starts. Please don't throw them in there. Oh, okay. So he didn't. I thought he was telling us to pick 9 players. So that's not true. Rolling with ARQB 2 option 1 start Najee, Joshua Kelly, or option 2 start Joshua Kelly, Michael Pittman, bench Najee. Listen, I'm benching Kelly before I bench Najee or Michael Pittman.
Option 3.
So I'm going option 3, Michael Pittman, Najee Harris.
Yep. That's what I'm going to
learn my lesson on Michael Pittman last week, ate crow, and I agree with you, gentlemen.
Hey, I ate my Cam Akers crow earlier in the stream, so we're all eating crow at some point this week. You ate crow. Who'd you eat your crow on? You said that you learned your lesson. Was it Pittman too?
Me?
Yeah,
me?
earlier you said
Cam Akers.
Oh, but you did Pittman also, right? You had 2 of
them?
Yeah.
I just wanted to. I was had Pittman onto the side. Like I didn't write him off yet, but I was like, let me see first, and he showed me. So
Breece Hall gave me a bit of a slap upside the back of the head too.
Yeah, but that was. I mean, the usage was what we thought it was going to be, right? He just broke some long ones. That's different. Than having Kyron Williams come in and literally dominate the first 3 quarters in touches.
I kind of saw that coming, but not to that extent.
No, you did.
No, you did.
You know,
you said it. You said it here last week. About this time.
Yep, you did. 100%.
But all I got right.
You were in the same spot on the stream, right down there too.
But you know, we all had our stuff that we were right about and that we were wrong about. And I was wrong about Cam Akers, right about Michael Pittman. You were right about Kyron Williams over Cam Akers, and probably wrong about everything else. But we won't even.
Very wrong about Michael Pittman. Yeah.
I
wasn't high on Drake London like somebody though.
See, this is what I was staying for because Pure Dubs, who's got a little bit of Snoop Dogg there in his thing. I love it with a little of that Mary Jane leaf up in the American flag.
I like it.
Says that's baked, and that's fine. Like I said, Gibbs is just way better than Dylan for one. And I'm willing to take the risk of him not getting more. But after you watch week 1, it's the same thing with Roschon Johnson in Chicago. Gibbs looked way more explosive, looks way more talented, way more what's the word I'm looking for? He is way more beneficial to their NFL team than David Montgomery. Like Gibbs is clearly better at everything. Now, is Monty going away? No. Campbell loves his hard nose, like grind out guys. So Monty's going to be there, but they cannot keep Gibbs off the field. They cannot give him 9 touches. They need to get him more touches. I will take the explosiveness and everything that Gibbs brings and the risk that comes with it over AJ Dillon this week. That's just where I'm at. If that's, if you don't want to take that risk, I 100% understand.
I'm assuming we're taking Aaron Jones not playing into consideration into this discussion.
Yes.
Yeah. If Aaron Jones goes or doesn't go, and I'm jumping in a little bit late here, I'm going with Gibbs 100% all day, every day over Dylan this week. And that's not a shot on Dylan. I just think Gibbs is going to be better than Dylan. That's all.
Yeah. Aaron Jones is not expected to play today.
Yeah. And I don't see Seattle doing much to stop Gibbs. And there's tons of noise that they want to get him more involved in that offense. So I think they do. So I think they could both have top 24 weeks. There's nothing wrong with AJ Dillon, but it sounds simplistic and a bit sarcastic, but I'm going to try to start the guy who's going to score more points. And I think Gibbs scores more points this week. So it's that simple for me.
And what we said earlier is that if you don't want to assume the risk that comes with Gibbs and the unknown, then I understand that 100% taking Dillon.
Yeah.
100%.
Dillon's probably a better floor play, right?
Right, yeah. And he's going to be involved and heavily involved without Aaron Jones there. You just know that. But I'm willing to take the risk with Gibbs. If you're not, I understand 100%. I wouldn't argue against you. That's just where I'm at personally. But just to catch you up, I don't know where you're at. Somebody in the chat told us that Donta Foreman is going to be a healthy scratch in Chicago. It looks like the Roshan season is starting. And just in case you didn't see that, I'm going to answer this one. Then I got to take a leak. Actually, I'm just going to let you guys.
Why don't you just go, dude? Bryce got it.
All right. Flex 2. Nico Collins, Godwin, Puka, Jamal Williams, and Mostert. Which two are you flexing here?
A lot of Puka Nakua talk last night, and I'm not sure I'm buying it quite yet, but I might have to here. So Godwin's the easy one for me to start, and then it's between Puka and Mostert for me, and I think I'll go with Mostert here. I'll go with Godwin and Raheem Mostert.
Yep, we're going to be on the same page here. It's Godwin and Mostert for me. With Puka nipping behind, but with the oblique injury as well, I'm just a little bit hesitant. Let's see that production 2 weeks in a row before I'm jumping on that train.
Yeah, and the Niners are for real, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that's a tough matchup.
Looks like we got to sit one here. Moore, Pittman. Okay, so really, who are we sitting between Puka and Herbert?
I'm assuming that's Khalil, so I'm going to sit him.
Yep, I'm sitting Khalil Herbert as well. Trying to catch us up a little bit because there's so many. Higbee or Laporta? That's an interesting one.
Man, I thought Higbee would just get targeted galore last week, and he didn't. And Laporta seemed to kind of start slow and pick it up. I like Sam Laporta. I think I'm going to go with him here. I think I have him ranked higher this week as well.
This one's close for me, and I'm going to go Laporta as well. I think he had 5 targets last week and hauled all of them in.
Yeah, he played well. He started slow, but did good. Yeah, exactly.
Atwell, Shaheed, JSN, need 2. So who you sitting out of these 3?
I'm going to sit JSN. I don't like anything to do with Seattle right now with them struggling, facing a decent pass rush in Detroit without their 2 tackles. I think it's going to be a long day for that Seattle offense. So I'll go with Tutu, which I don't really love, and Shaheed based on the fact that Tutu should get targeted because they're going to be trailing by a ton and throwing a lot. So I'll sit JSN.
I think I'm going to sit Atwell. The matchup there sucks too. So
yeah, I just think they might lose by 50. That's all.
Yeah, the best player in this is JSN, but he is definitely debatably the worst one to sit. So, but Shaheed for me is the easiest one to start because he can get all your points in one play.
Agree.
Or has a higher chance to, I should say. Pick 2. Montgomery, Mixon, Javonte Williams, Kelly. Thinking on starting Kelly. Well, Kelly is last for me in this, so he's definitely out. And I think I'm going to take out Mixon's the start easily for me.
Yeah.
So it comes down to Javonte Williams and David Montgomery. And for me, it's like who is on the field more? Because Javonte Williams wasn't on the field 50% of the time. He was only up there 40% of the time. But when he was on the field, he got the ball a lot. Give me Javonte Williams. I just want to see. I think Gibbs is going to be more involved, which is going to obviously eat into Monty's production. So I'll take those 2.
The only thing that Monty won't lose to Gibbs is goal line work. So if the Lions can score from outside the green zone, then it's going to be not so great for Montgomery, in my opinion. I agree with you. Mixon's the slam dunk easy one here, just based on the situation that he finds himself in. It's between Monty and Javonte for me. I'm not buying the Joshua Kelly stuff, and I talked about this a little bit last night, is he has way too long a track record other than one game last week for me to all of a sudden think he's legit. He might very well have a good game, but Tennessee's run defense is also legit. So give me Javonte Williams. I think I'm going to go that way as well. I don't think Washington is as feared as they want us to think they are. So that's where I'll go.
Yeah, his percentage should go up too, where Monty's might go down.
Agree.
You throwing in Kyron Williams, Tank Bigsby, or Gus Edwards over Jamal Williams? Probably, definitely not Tank Bigsby. What about Edwards or Kyron? Are you throwing any of them over Jamal Williams this week?
I might. It sounds silly, but I might start them all over Jamal Williams. He looked absolutely cooked last week. But volume is a tough thing to beat, right? So he's still going to get the work. I don't know if Kendre Miller is going to go or not. And if he does, he'll probably be pretty much on a snap count. So I would start Kyron Williams and I would start Gus Edwards because I think there's the volume there. Kyron's 50-50 for me. Gus, I start over Williams easily. And then between those other two, I think it's close, but I'd probably go Williams. So I would rank this Edwards, Williams, Kyron, Bigsby.
I will go Kyron at the top of this. Just for this week too, because you did mention last week that we failed to recognize is that he is probably the best pass catcher. And there might be a lot of work for that today.
That is true. So yeah,
the rest of these guys really don't. I mean, Tank Bigsby catches passes, but his usage is just not there for this.
Yeah, we need to see Tank get a little bit more tread taken off his tire and figure out what he is. Like, I loved him coming out, but we're not sure yet. And you just swayed me, so I'll take both Gus and Kyron over Jamal Williams this week.
Okay. With Cooks out, Brandon Cooks, Gallup, MVS, or Gabe Davis. Interesting one, Shane.
Who's Buffalo play? I like the uptick for Gallup, but I just don't know. I don't know what Dallas does against the Jets. That's a tough damn defense. So I'd prefer to stay away from that.
Those are against the Raiders.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Gabe Davis here just because of that matchup more than anything. I know we talk a lot about Sauce Gardner and that Jets defense, but Reed on the other side is also darn good, and that Jets defense in general is awesome. So I think Dallas is in for kind of an old school, slow shootout, non-shootout this week. MVS is going to catch 3 or 4 passes. It might be 180 yards and 2 touchdowns, or it might be 38 yards. I just think Gabe Davis gets work and is probably the best receiver on this list and has the best matchup and the best quarterback. Well, second best quarterback. So Gabe Davis.
Yeah. I will also go Gabe Davis here. Same reason. I feel like the path to getting more volume. Really, that's it. And really, he has the same big play upside as MVS. I mean, Gabe Davis is in for it. Yeah.
And Davis can catch.
Yeah. And like the entire Chiefs wide receiver core.
Nasty.
Shane said, thanks, guys. You're welcome. And he asked a comment later asking how old my baby is. She's 5.5 months. She was freaking yelling earlier.
So was I. That's why
she
I
was
wasn't
just like good yelling, like she's just talking to the book.
Oh, good. I love it.
Yeah. First time caller, Craig. First time caller, long time listener. This is tough. Who are you sitting here? If I remember correctly, I know.
Why the hell do you have those 3 quarterbacks?
I'm pretty sure that Rick would have been, according to his rankings, he'd be sitting Herbert here, and I think I'm going to join him there.
Yeah, my rankings, I'm sitting Fields, and it's not close. I just, there's something there right now that I don't quite feel.
They have to run him today. I mean, they have to run him, I'd imagine.
I don't think they want to, though, and that's the problem for me. Is
he's not good enough of a passer is the problem.
But they're never going to find out if he's just a running back, right? So I think, so they played the Bucs, and the Bucs played the Vikes last week. And the one thing that Tampa Bay gave Minnesota, and maybe it's a Justin Jefferson factor, I don't know, is they gave him the middle of the field the whole game. So if Fields can get going and DJ Moore can get into the middle of the field, those two could have a pretty decent day. But that said, Herbert, I don't see sitting him. You don't really need to worry about Tennessee's secondary. You need to worry more about them on the ground. So just throw all damn day. And Tua's when Tua's healthy, he's lights out. So let's ride that. I think I'm just worried about Justin Fields, and I have him in a bunch of places, but until I see it, I'm just not going to feel comfortable starting him, especially over those two elite guys.
I don't have him anywhere. I ended up trading him and some other pieces for Pat Mahomes, which ended up well because one of those pieces was Cam Akers, luckily. Yep. I don't really have a lot of Justin Fields, but I am still rooting for him because I do like him.
Yeah. Like, I have him at 12 this week. Like, I don't hate him. I just don't think he's in that top tier. That's all.
PPR pick 2, Traylon Burks, Rashid Shaheed, Jaden Reed, and Robert Woods. I'm going to go with Robert Woods, number 1 here, just because of targets. I think he gets the most volume thrown his way. Number 2 is between Shaheed for me and Traylon Burks, and I think I'm going to go with Rashid Shaheed.
Yeah, so Shaheed jumped out at me as my top guy, and then it came between Jaden Reed and Robert Woods. I don't know if I like Treylon Burks. I like Treylon Burks, the wide receiver. I don't like that offense, especially for a secondary option. I think Hopkins is going to go from everything that I've seen. So I'll go with Shaheed and Woods here, and I'm agreeing with you on Woods just simply on volume.
Yep. Yeah, someone asked Bobby Trees earlier, and Rick's like, I don't know who that is.
It's funny. Sometimes I hear nicknames, and there's two nicknames that I hate more than any other. Danny Dimes is my number one hated nickname, and Bobby Trees is my secondary one. I don't know why. I just can't stand it. Well, that's the problem with Daniel Jones. But I hate that nickname, and I'm not a big Bobby Trees guy either. Kind of creative, I guess, but not for me.
Yeah. Rob Kane asks, Nico Collins or Zay Flowers? A lot of Zay Flowers today. I know you're just jumping in. I don't know how much of you got on them last night, but I'm all over it. I was telling Rick at the beginning of the stream and everyone watching that out of all the players I was targeting after week 1 to try and trade for, dynasty rebuilds, whatever, Zay Flowers was one of them. Well, really the main one, him and Drake London. So I like Zay Flowers a lot. I think this is going to be a big week. I expect that game to be a really close, high-scoring, hopefully like medium to high-scoring game between the Bengals and Ravens. I want all the players in it. Give me Zay Flowers.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you here. And no knock on Nico Collins. He had a nice week. CJ Stroud is questionable. He's got a bit of a shoulder thing, so who knows what's going to happen there. Indy's defense showed up a little bit better than I thought they would last week. Craig made that point last night. Which I agreed with. So I was kind of the downside guy on Zay Flowers last night, but I think in this situation, you make a lot of good points as well. You got to figure Cincinnati's going to come out ablazing and try to score about 60 points, right? So the Ravens are going to have to keep up. So there should be a lot of air attack here. I like Zay Flowers here.
Yeah, both offenses were pretty lackadaisical to pretty bad last week. So. Yeah,
there was some weather involved in that, but still, they both stunk, and they both want to get better for sure.
Yeah, but the Ravens won, I believe, though, didn't they? I think
so. I can't remember, but they didn't. They weren't very pretty. Yeah. They beat someone not very inspiring.
It might have been. Wasn't Houston? Was it?
No, that was Washington. No, that was Washington. Arizona. Maybe it was Houston. It was Houston. Baltimore beat Houston.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember what I had for breakfast, let alone last week.
This is my breakfast is an energy drink. Super, probably good for my heart. Pick 2: Pittman, Jamal Williams, Mostert, Jahan Dotson, Roshan. Roshan's getting thrown in these questions, but I think we got to pump the brakes on him most of the time. I think we can both agree on our crow eating abilities that Pittman's in there for sure.
Yeah.
So then it comes down to who you like: Jamal Williams, Mostert, Dotson, Roshan. We just talked about Jamal Williams being pretty crappy, so Mostert and Dotson. It comes down to Mostert and Dotson for me. This is like one of those things where it's like, if someone asked this question 5 minutes later, I'd probably give the opposite answer.
Right, and I don't want to be a matchup guy all the time with my answers, but where's Pat Surtain today? Is he on Dotson or is he on McLaurin or is he on a bit of both? Like, I don't know.
I would imagine he's got to be on McLaurin.
Yeah,
I would imagine.
I think then, and I was on Mostert earlier on that question that he was involved in, and you know your defense better than anybody else, but I don't think you guys are quite as tough against the run as you've been in the past. So I kind of like Mostert there. It was a volume play, but I'll go Pittman and Dotson. I was crazy high on Dotson last week, and it didn't quite come to fruition. But if Surtain's on McLaurin this week, and I still like Sam Howell, I think Dotson's got an opportunity. So I'll go there. I'm
going to go Dotson as well. I will say the Patriots defense, I think, is better against the run than they were last year. They held Philly in check for sure. The better part is they got safeties now that are more known for being run stuffers than they are coverage guys with Jabril Peppers and Kyle Duggar. With that being said, I like both these guys, but I'll go Jahan Dotson by a slim margin. I wouldn't be surprised if I answered that.
You guys should have won that game, by the way.
Oh, I know. Our offense played better. If we didn't start off rocky, I think we would have held off, but the opportunities were given there and just weren't able to seize them.
Kind of fun not having defensive clowns calling plays for it's kind of nice to have an offense.
Our offense it was actually fun to watch for the first time in a while.
That's good.
Najee, Mike Williams, Josh Kelly. This is Najee for me.
It is for me too, and I know that a lot of people are jumping out of windows. With Najee Harris, and is Warren going to take his touches? And I think we just got to pump the brakes a bit. They played a really, really good San Francisco team last week, and Najee is still the guy in my opinion. So, and when you put it up against these two, maybe Mike Williams, if you think the Chargers are going to throw a lot, but Josh Kelly's not even in the same conversation for me in this one.
Yep. Would you drop Bateman or Jerome Ford for Tyjae Spears? I have Henry. Yeah, I'd probably drop both of them for him.
I think I hold on to Bateman. I still hold out some hope that there's something there, but Jerome Ford can go. Jerome Ford is just a guy, and even if Chubb goes down, and I know that we think he's in for a good spot if Chubb goes down, he's obviously going to get more touches, but it's kind of like I talked about last week with Isaiah Likely. Just when the starter goes down, the guy behind him doesn't become that guy, right? So I'm not crazy high on Tyjae Spears either, but I would drop Ford for Tyjae for sure. Why not?
Yeah, he was on the field more than Derrick Henry week 1.
Yeah, I think that was game script, but
don't expect that moving forward. I said that earlier, but still, that was a good indicator.
It is what it is.
He is valued. He's valued already.
I was very surprised by that for sure.
So. And he would have had a touchdown if Ryan Tannehill just didn't throw the worst possible ball. I mean, I don't think he had anybody within 10 yards any which way. And Ryan Tannehill threw it way too close to the sideline where he made the catch, but he couldn't keep his feet in bounds. But all he had to do was throw it 3 yards inbounds, and he would have been walking into the end zone.
Tannehill's falling off a cliff.
Malik Willis season coming in, and then if he doesn't pan out, it's got to be Will Levis's try, because I would imagine they got to get. Why not try all these quarterbacks to see if one sticks, and if not, this draft class is the perfect one to try and address it. We might get.
Yeah, I don't know when the Titans bye week is, but they've got to get to, I'd say, at least 0-4 before they totally punt, just because that division is suspect, right? So
if Tannehill plays terrible today, this could be his last game for sure. I mean, he is now one game away after last week. I would say, at least. Why not? At this point, why not? Standard scoring, pick 2, Javonte Williams, Algier, or Pierce. Pick 2. I'm benching Pierce here.
I'm benching Algier. I'm not buying that this is the Atlanta offense every week.
Rick?
I'm also benching Algier, but I do think this is the Atlanta offense. I think it's a lot of run, and
no,
Algier.
Can't have it. Can't have it. I will not allow it.
You traded me Kyle Pitts.
I've said all off season that Algier was going to be a thorn in Bijan's side, and it was the only thing that would keep Bijan from being a top 12 running back. They like to use multiple running backs. We've seen it last year. Algier was clearly the best running back they had last year, and they still used. I don't even remember the name of the third guy they used, but they were using 3 guys last year with Patterson.
Right. What was that dude's name?
He wasn't good.
It'll come to me, but yeah, he wasn't good. But he probably still had about 500 yards rushing last year.
Who are you talking about?
The third guy in Atlanta last year.
Even though Algier was clearly the best. No, it wasn't Mike Davis.
No, they cut Williams in camp. They had Darrell Williams or whatever. They cut him in camp. It was. I'll look it up.
Oh, you looking it up? Okay.
Yeah, it's driving me nuts.
I kind of want to guess who it is.
I'll let you guess, though.
I agree, but I think Algier could end up being the guy here that scores the most points. But these are all pretty close to me. Javante's easily in, and then Algier and Pierce are pretty close. Pierce just doesn't get any passing work, and Algier gets a little bit of it. Let's see. I don't know where you were. If you want to click the next one, and then I'll find it in here. Surprise! Shane has another question. Scott Fishbowl, Mingo, Lazard, Downs, Bigsby, pick 2 for the flex.
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah, real gross.
I'll just go Lazard and Mingo.
I was thinking Lazard and Downs for a second, but Mingo's there too.
I can't guess that running back. You have to tell me.
I'm still working on it. I'm trying to figure out which one of these 2 piles of poop for Shane.
Lazard's in for me, even though I've downed him in every question he's been in because, well, there were better options.
Caleb
I
Hunt.
can get on board with Mingo and Lazard, or it's Downs and or instead of Mingo. It's those two are close to me.
That.
Yeah, Caleb Huntley had 76 carries for 366 yards and a touchdown last year for
I would
Atlanta.
have never guessed that.
Caleb Huntley was getting work,
Yeah.
so I think
I picked that dude up at a bunch of dynasty teams. I am going to go here with Bigsby because he's the only one I trust that might actually have the ball in his hands this week, and probably Lazard because it looked like Zach had a little bit of an eye for Lazard, and he still runs pretty decent routes. So those are my two, Lazard and Bigsby.
Jamal Williams or Mostert at the flex. We're talking.
I think we answered this one already, Bryce.
Yeah, kind of. Yep, pretty much Mostert.
Or Monster or Mostert or Mustard or whatever his name is. Yeah,
I'm on board with you guys. Okay, and are you dropping Charbonnet for Roshan and redraft? I am.
Yeah. And redraft. Yep.
Yeah, and redraft for sure.
I guess he wouldn't be available in any other situation.
I really need to know if there's anybody else you can drop, but probably yes. But I have a feeling we're all going to regret this, but right now, yes.
Uh-oh.
If somebody doesn't like that.
They're leaving to go to Aldi, so she's getting put in the car seat.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so it wasn't our fault. That's good. Would y'all cut any of Stroud, Brandon Cooks, in a 12-team super flex if I have to start Roshan with no Aaron Jones? I got Ramondre with Roshan, Shane on the bench.
Well, I'm not cutting Stroud in a super flex league.
If this is redraft, I would consider dropping Stroud if you have other quarterbacks.
Even in Superflex?
Yeah, I mean, these
if he's like your fourth
outside of Richardson, I don't start if I don't have to. If I have two other ones, then I may. Now, if you're going to have problems getting a bye week fill in at quarterback, then I wouldn't. I'll make that clear. But if there are guys on the waiver that you can kind of stream in redraft, because people don't in redraft Superflex, they don't hold four quarterbacks like a lot of people do in Dynasty. So that would be the big question. Yeah. But if you don't have any other running backs that you can start, you got to get Roshan. You're going to have to drop one of them, right?
I would consider dropping A-Chain.
I don't think I can do that yet, but I don't
think he's going to be very good.
That's a little rude. You don't like him.
I just don't. You don't typically see running backs that size. Like he's not very big. And you usually
Zach
don't.
Moss as well, but I'm not dropping any of those for Zach Moss.
No, definitely would rather have Roshan.
I need to know what else you have in your quarter.
I
just need to know what else you have in your quarterback room because I just hate doing that in a super flex. I kind of agree on A-Chain, but don't like it. And I'm not really opposed to dropping Brandon Cooks either. He's got an MCL injury. Who knows how long he's going to be out? How long he's going to be productive when he comes back? I actually might just drop Brandon Cooks and call it a day.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that either.
I'm not either. I'd drop Brandon Cooks and or A-Chain for Roshan, and I'd feel fine about it.
I like Roshan.
Jacob Johnson says A.J. Dillon or Rachaad White to start this week. Sully, where are you going with this one?
I was on Rachaad White all last week, and I was on Rachaad White all last night, so I might as well just stay on my brand and stick with Rachaad White, and hopefully I don't get yelled at for not picking A.J. Dillon.
I'm going to go with Rachaad White. I'm going to go with Rachaad White as well.
I'm going to A.J. Dillon.
This is close.
It is close. But again, without Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon's going to get a lot of work. And like I said, he's one of those big guys that they will throw the ball to. And I like that.
Yeah, he's way better pass catcher than people think he is. I'll give you that. Yeah. Rachaad White did not look good last week for whatever that's worth. And Sean Tucker's season could be coming at some point, but I still think they're going to give a long leash to White. And I like, no offense to your Bears, but I like his opportunity this week.
Yeah, I think his opportunity is better in the passing game this week. I mean, that's where Aaron Jones really hurt us, was in the passing game.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, he didn't look good, and it was against your Vikings, and not to
And I don't know if you know this or not, but
Swift looked.
I was about to say, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but you could run on Minnesota, just in case you guys are wondering.
Yeah, he looked. DeAndre Swift looked really good against that defense. So.
Only 0-2 team in the NFL. Bring on that 101.
He probably still won't be the starter next week. It'll be Gainwell. Watch.
I agree with you.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Sucks.
Somebody
but he earned himself 10. He had to have earned himself at least 10 touches a game. I mean, imagine.
Oh yeah.
I kept wondering where the hell Rashad Penny was. I'm like, how bad is Rashad Penny when they don't even let him play against this defense? It's bad.
And he went out there and didn't look very good.
And at one point though, he had like 10 less touches than Madison, but had more fantasy points than him. Then Madison caught some garbage time balls and
holy Madison looked like he was dragging something he was running. How wrong was I about that guy? He stinks.
Well, listen, and I want to say this too. If you're one of those people that send those messages that Madison got this week, you are disgusting, and should not come to our channel. To be completely honest with you.
I agree 1,000%, and I'll tell you that I think a guy's terrible. These are NFL players; none of them are terrible. But just in the context,
terrible in the context versus other NFL.
Correct, right? Like Madison looked literally like he was dragging another person when he was running. He was so slow. So anyway,
William needs
enough of that cream.
Garrett, Dotson, Montgomery, and Kelly. He needs 2 and a 0.5 PPR. I'm not sitting Garrett yet, so he's in there easy. Then
that touchdown catch was ridiculous.
He's so good. He's so freaking good.
That catch was nuts.
I'm going Garrett Montgomery here.
I'm going Garrett Dotson. I just really think it's a Dotson week. PS2 on Terry McLaurin just might be. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if De'Ami Brown has a decent game, but I'm confident Dotson has a good game this week. High on him.
Garrett Wilson for sure. I don't see how I get away from him. I don't care who his quarterback is. That kid is unbelievably so electric. If this was full PPR, I would go Dotson, and half I'll go Montgomery because I think Montgomery has a better chance of scoring a touchdown than Dotson. So that's what I'll do. Garrett Montgomery.
George Henney wants to know, we go in Nakua, Nico Collins, Drake London, and Miles Sanders. We need to pick one for the flex, and I am not off of London yet. So he's over the other wide receivers for me. But I do think I go with Miles Sanders here. With the touches, he got a little bit of pass work last week. I'm going Miles Sanders here. What are you doing, Bryce?
Miles Sanders for me. For sure.
Sully, you were nodding. You in agreement?
I just love Bryce. Doesn't mess around. Hey, right to the point. Boom.
Yep.
Yep. Miles Sanders as well. Don't quit Drake London. Don't quit Drake London. He's going to be just fine. But Miles Sanders, I think he had 4 catches on 6 targets, plus he gets the running game. No problem. Easily Miles Sanders here for this one for me.
Yep. Need a running back 2 and a flex. Options are Dylan, Montgomery, White, Algier, Nakua, Judy, and Nico. Judy is my flex. Just right off the bat, Judy is my flex.
I think I'm Dylan and Judy here. I'm with you on Judy. I think they pepper him early to get him going.
Judy and White for me.
I'm Dylan and Judy as well.
Did I contradict myself on the White?
You
Dylan?
went White. You went
okay,
White.
So then I got to go. I hate doing that. So yeah,
like I said,
too many
questions.
It's hard.
You got too many damn names on this list here. So yeah, it's Judy and White for me then.
It's hard, and then like I said, some of these guys are so close. Like you flip, you go back and forth, and we're asking the same questions ourselves that you're asking as the person wanting to start somebody. Like these guys are close, so it is easy to accidentally flip flop, but it's
just try to catch myself whenever I can.
James Conner, Mike Will. This is one of those where I take the cop out. If you need the safe play, I'm going James Conner with all the touches he gets and the receiving work. If you need the high upside play, then I'm going with Mike Will because they have way more touchdown upside. He could have 2 touchdowns where James Conner, he does have the option of getting their pass receiving or rushing, but they just don't have a lot of touchdown upside as a team. So that's where I go with that one. Sully, you're shaking your head. Do you agree with that?
I do. I'm going to go with James Conner here just simply because I tend to go to the guy who I believe has the closest direct path to touches, and Conner gets everything in that crappy offense. But you're right. Williams could have 2 catches, 140 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he's the ceiling play. But I'm going to go James Conner. I just think overall he's probably going to put more points. Bryce?
I'm going James Conner as well.
Okay, I got to go back to my defensive rankings here. I know Tampa Bay was 13 in my rankings, I think is what I said. I don't remember where I had the Chargers. So if either of you have an answer to that first, you can do that.
I'll just look at mine at the same time as you're looking at yours.
Well, I can tell you that we had Tampa Bay when we both had Tampa Bay 13 in our rankings. No.
I think I have Tampa at 12 and the Chargers at 21. So I don't know why the hell I have the Chargers so low, but I do.
Well, they are
Tennessee. Why am I worried about them? Other than you can run on the Chargers. That's probably why I have them where I have them.
Yeah, I have Chargers low too. So yeah, I've got Tampa Bay here as the start. Bryce?
Tampa Bay for me as well.
Hopkins is officially active.
Okay. London calling, but Smith still using carrier pigeon. Eli Moore, Michael Thomas, or Sutton. Michael Thomas is my top guy here.
This is easily Michael Thomas for me.
And
agree.
Sutton would have been close, and I probably have him closer in my rankings than it is because we didn't have the Judy no injury designation news when I got mine set. So that would bridge, right? Judy's lower in my rankings. They would come up. Judy would pass him, and Sutton would fall down a little bit. So Michael Thomas is easily my guy here.
Yeah, no argument for me. Though I have this feeling that Elijah Moore is about to become a little bit more relevant.
Especially if Cooper, has he been ruled out yet? Have we got?
I didn't even know he was doubtful.
Yeah, he hurt his groin in practice this week apparently. So he's not doubtful. He's not doubtful, but he was questionable coming into today.
Because when I went on my break, I was setting my lineups, and I had that question. I needed to remember to go back to that lineup for the Amari Cooper news if he was out. So I got to remember that one. But
all that stuff's coming through right now. I'll keep my eye out for it.
Yep. Roshan, Kyron, Gus Edwards, or Bigsby over Jamal Williams. You playing any of these?
We had this one, didn't we? Did we answer this one, Bryce?
Something similar. But I think I went. You had Gus You had Gus.
I had Edwards and
Kyron.
Roshan wasn't in it the last time, though, was it?
No,
because Roshan's miles ahead of Jamal Williams. It's Bigsby who I struggle with, but I probably have the other 3 ahead of him. You talked me into Kyron, so yeah.
Yeah, if I'm starting one this week, I'm just going to go Kyron because I think there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of catches.
So before the news of Foreman being out, I had Roshan at RB43. I had Kyron at 34 and Edwards 39. And Bigsby probably way down there, 45. And Williams at 27. I think Roshan leaves him for me. I think Roshan with the news. I think it's Roshan season. I'm going Roshan. Should I start D-Hop with injury or start Dotson PPR? This is D-Hop. If he's playing, he's in there for me.
I like Dotson this week, but I'm going to go D-Hop as well.
Same as Bryce. I'm not sitting Hopkins. I don't care what the situation is. Aaron Jones, Christian Watson, David Bakhtiari, all inactive. So I don't know if Bakhtiari has anything to do with A.J. Dillon, but probably not much.
I answered this earlier, Rick, when you were gone, but because I saw it earlier. I wanted to let him know 5.5 months.
Pick one for flex. Joshua Kelly, Chris Godwin, Zay Jones, or Michael Thomas, full PPR. I'm pretty sure Michael Thomas is going to be my guy here. I can't remember where I have Godwin, but we were wrong about that one. Nope, I have Godwin ahead of him.
I got Michael Thomas here.
I was surprised at the Godwin versus Mike Evans last week. We talked about Godwin being a safer play, and Mike Evans got peppered, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another one I was wrong about. I'm just checking my rankings. Off the hop, I would say Thomas, but I don't know.
Oh,
have Thomas
I
at
keep forgetting. Last week when I
10.
was doing this, Sully, it was just my rankings, so I didn't have to. I didn't have to factor in yours. But
Yeah. I'm pretty high on
I do have
Godwin this
Thomas
week.
ahead. I have
I have
Thomas
Godwin
ahead in
ahead.
mine.
I have Godwin
if
ahead,
you
and I should have it the other way around.
If you put ours together, we have Godwin ahead. If we average out me and your scores, but mine, it's one spot. I have Michael Thomas one spot ahead of Godwin.
Super chat.
I have Godwin at 14 this week, so I'm bloating that super chat.
Good. Let me get to it. There it is.
Gage, you're next. After we get done with the super chat, Joshua Montgomery says $5. We appreciate you, Joshua, big time. And you get skipped to the list, so that's nice. 1 PPR. We need 2. Zay Jones, Cortland Sutton, Romeo Dobbs, Drake London. I mean, you got some good receivers here, buddy. Is Chuba Hubbard or Elijah Dotson a good waiver ad? So let's go with the wide receiver first. He needs 2 of these. With Judy back, I think Sutton's a sit for me.
While you think, I'll go. I got Romeo Dobbs and Drake London here for me. And then for the waiver wire ad, I'm assuming you're trying to say either Elijah Moore and or Jahan Dotson.
No, I think it's Elijah Dotson for the Chargers.
Oh, then no. I didn't know that was a guy.
I think Chuba's worth a stash. He was involved last week, and if something does happen to Miles Sanders, then I'm fine with that. But I'm not dropping like any solid.
I'm not dropping any of these guys for sure.
Yeah, I'm not dropping any of these guys for him. So I'll say that in regards to that. But Chuba is if you have a spot for him, then I like rostering him, but don't drop quality for him at this point.
Yep. Aaron Jones and Christian Watson are officially inactive. We figured.
Yep.
I think I'm going with Zay Jones and Romeo Dobbs. And if I can add Chuba Hubbard, I guess I would. To Rick's point, nothing to add there. I think Dotson's the 4th running back in LA, so I'm in no hurry to get him.
Yeah. Man, I'm going Drake London and Zay Jones. So I hate this, especially on Super Chats when we're all kind of different, but we had 2 for London, 2 for Zay Jones, 2 for Dobbs.
We talked a bunch about Christian Kirk and Zay Jones last night, and I think we all forget that Zay Jones was a top 30 wide receiver last year. Trevor Lawrence likes Zay Jones, and I understand that Calvin Ridley is there, and I understand that Christian Kirk is good, but Zay Jones will get his. And in that game against Kansas City, that could be lights out, wheels up, tons of points. I'm going to go with Zay Jones, and I like Dobbs because I think he's safer than Sutton and London, but I almost went Drake London if that helps.
Yeah, Zay Jones actually played more snaps than even Calvin Ridley. And they smoked Christian Kirk when it came to snaps. They were like 20, 25 snaps ahead of him. So Zay Jones right now appears to be the number 2 in that offense. And in a game versus Kansas City, like you said, I want as many pieces of that offense. I'm comfortable starting Evan Ingram, Zay Jones, and Calvin Ridley when it comes to the receiving options there in this game. Christian Kirk is iffy for me. I think it was 32 snaps that he got?
Not a lot.
Snaps. Yeah, I'm definitely Drake London and then Zay Jones for me. Dobbs would be 3rd. Sutton is out of the question for me. Gage says Mike Williams or Tyler Lockett? Bryce.
I'll go with Tyler Lockett here. Sully.
I'm going to go with Mike Williams. I am fearful of Seattle's offense against Detroit today. I think that they're going to get destroyed. So I'll go with Mike Williams. And I love Tyler Lockett.
I mean, again, we saw Kadarius Toney getting open against Detroit. Tyler Lockett is good at getting open. And he's not going to drop the ball.
True, but I also saw Aiden Hutchinson all over Patrick Mahomes, and Seattle has both their tackles out. So I just think Geno's in trouble.
Yeah, I'm going Tyler Lockett here, though.
I get it.
Rahil Shah. Pick 2 start this week in PPR. Higgins, Ramondre, and DJ Moore. Ooh, this is a good one. Pick 2.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
Sully.
It's a nice lineup. Got to go with T. Higgins to bounce back in a big, big way. And I got to go with the safety and the sureness of Ramondre Stevenson. Love DJ Moore. Can't imagine sitting him, but I am here. Bryce?
I'm starting Ramondre. And then I'm starting DJ Moore.
I lean that way.
It's close.
This is we see this all the time, right? The big name receiver only gets 2 targets. I mean, Higgins got targets. It's just that weather and Burrow being bad. I think DJ Moore gets close to 10 targets this week. And if DJ Moore is going to get 10 targets, I want him in my lineup. But this is tough. I would say consensus probably does lean Higgins and Ramondre. I just think DJ Moore gets a lot of action this week.
I did say earlier when I think you were on break, Rick, that if Tampa Bay plays Chicago the way they played Minnesota, DJ Moore could go crazy because there was so much room in the middle of the field. So I just think they're going to try to get Higgins. Well, I guess they didn't really get Chase going either, right? So I just think the Bengals try to go crazy and score a ton of points, and I like Higgins bouncing back.
I think they're really close. I should probably just look at my rankings here.
I should do the same.
I have Higgins at 29 overall, and then DJ Moore at 36. So, like I said, they're close. I would have to lean Higgins, but I have a feeling it's going to be DJ Moore at the end of the day. It's a tough one.
Bigger gap for me. Higgins at 16, DJ at 33, which is probably too big a gap, but I'm Higgins.
Crown, start Drake London or Nico Collins. I'm going Drake London. I'm going back to Drake. We drafted him in the 4th, 5th round for a reason. Let's not give up after 1 week.
Drake London for me as well.
Yeah, Desmond Ridder and Drake London have played 5 games together. 4 of them were pretty darn good. 1 of them was a stinker. So let's play the odds and go back to Drake London here.
I like it. So we have start 2 here. Pickens, Pacheco, Zay Jones. It is 0.5 PPR point per first down. Half point per first down. Pickens, Pacheco, Zay Jones. I'm going Pacheco and Jones.
I'm going to go with you there. Pacheco, Zay Jones for me as well.
Sweep it.
Sweep for G Money. Carlos says, morning, y'all. Tyler Higbee or Jake Ferguson today at tight end. I'm going with Tyler Higbee here.
Tyler Higbee for me as well.
I think so. The Rams might throw the ball 80 times today.
Yeah, they might.
They might have to, right? Like they're going to get stomped, and they're going to have to. So,
it's Stephanie. Hey guys. Please pick one. Nico Collins, Romeo Doubs, Marquise Brown, half PPR. Sully, where are you going with this one?
I'm going to go Romeo Doubs here.
I think you and me are the only ones going Romeo Doubs here. Ricky going Marquise?
I think I am.
Man, that offense looked bad.
I think that's what they want.
I
think they want to look bad.
I have him.
Yeah, I agree.
30. Yeah, I'm going Marquise Brown.
Yeah, they're back to back in my rankings, 29 and 30. So I'm going to stick with Dobbs, but could go either way.
I might be way too low on Dobbs. But again, I didn't know the Christian Watson news. With Christian Watson, when it looked like he might play, I have Dobbs way lower. So the position 67 that I have him at wide receiver is not indicative of where we're at now with the Watson news being officially out. I will just clear that up. We sure he's Canadian. Just explain some lateness, lag in appearances without an apology.
Jaws, I'm really sorry. I apologize.
We all went Drake London over Nico with another option. So we're all going to go Drake London here.
Yep.
The day is full. Start, sit, full PPR, 2 flex spot. Start Zay Flowers, Hopkins, Josh Kelly. Start, sit, full PPR, 2 flex spots. I'm sitting Kelly.
Easily. Yep.
Sitting Kelly.
This is a good one. If Cooper's out, did we get Cooper news?
No, I haven't seen
it again on Twitter. The fact that we haven't got any news is probably
they might play 4.
newsy.
Do they play the 4:00 game?
I don't think so. I think I saw the inactives for that.
Browns.
They do. No.
They play tomorrow. They're at 8:15 tomorrow.
Oh, they're a
Monday nighter. then you got to
I
go
think
with
you
it.
got to go Allen Robinson, right?
I am, and I like Allen Robinson, and I even think that Cooper or no Cooper, Allen Robinson without Deontay Johnson is going to play some big slot and get some outside work. So I like Allen Robinson this week.
I do too. I like DPJ if Cooper's out, but we're not going to wait for that. We're not going to wait for that news. So I'm going Allen Robinson.
Well, hang on.
He's underrated, I think.
They play each other, so we can wait.
Oh,
They do.
I just realized that. So they play each other. So you can take it up to game time, and if Cooper sits, lean Robinson, or if you like Robinson, you can do whatever you want, obviously. But they play each other. So I'm going to go with Allen Robinson and stop talking.
I just trust Watson more than Pickett, and that Cleveland defense looked pretty sick.
That's true.
So it's close for me. I probably go DPJ if Cooper's out. If Cooper's in, I go Allen Robinson.
I'm going to agree. If Mari Cooper's out, I'm going DPJ. If not, I'm going Allen Robinson.
I've been wrong about Allen Robinson for 3 straight years. I'm not going to stop now. Staying on the train.
Hey, I like Allen. It's just
I know.
Whatever it is, I don't know. But
Matthew
DPJ has
Stafford
become
didn't
more
like
of a volume guy when Cooper's out, and I don't think Elijah Moore is going to kill that. And DPJ can win in ways that Allen Robinson can't at this point of his career.
Well said.
So they're working their way through the questions crown. I'd say Nico there. Sad state with Drake, it seems. No, it's funny. Josh says that. We all take Drake.
Still love you, Josh.
Najee, Javante, Josh Kelly, 4-point PPR. 4-point PPR? Running back 2, pick 1.
I like leagues where you score lots of points, so I like that scoring.
Yeah.
I'm sitting Josh Kelly. I don't care if it's 20 points per catch or none. He's sitting for me.
I'm going with the other 2 as well.
It says
pick 1.
It's RB2 pick 1.
Yeah, I missed that.
Then Javante for me.
I'm going Javante Williams.
This fly, it's annoying me. Mr. Nice Gaming says Terry McLaurin or JSN in full PPR.
Terry by a wide margin for me.
Yes.
Terry for me as well. Easy.
I can't wait till that answers JSN, though. Boy, I love that dude. But I only got 2 shares and I traded one.
It's coming, but I think we'll have to wait till the back half of the year.
Yep. Who should I play in my flex this week? Breece Hall, Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy, Tyler Algier. This is PPR. If we're picking one, are we all going Jerry Jeudy here with the Amari Cooper waiting on Amari Cooper?
I am. Breece would be in the conversation, but I still think he's going to be a 10 to 12 touch max. So, and I don't expect him to have 10 yards per carry every week. So I'll go Jerry Jeudy just on the PPR side of probably catching 6 to 8 passes.
Yeah, Breece Hall has a terrible matchup this week against the Cowboys defense. Jerry Jeudy for me.
Full PPR, sit Rashad White for Roshan Johnson.
No, starting Rashad White.
I'm sorry.
Close though. Not a boy.
I'm sorry.
$5? $5?
I'll do it. Yep.
Yeah, I'll do it too. How did we do last week? I haven't even looked. Did you put it on the sheet?
Yeah. No, I got it right here though. Rick won on a Pittman versus Dotson. Rick won on ETN versus Madison. And then you beat both of us on Akers and B-Rob.
Okay. So I came out 5 ahead?
Yep. You came out 5 ahead against Sully. Yep.
I'm gonna have my accountant take a look at the spreadsheet from last year, and I'll get back to you guys. But yeah.
I think you broke even, Sully, because you beat Rick on 1. You beat us both on 1.
I'll take it. Even beats
$5.
Even's better than where we normally are. But yeah, I'll take that little one there. I'll take White over Roshan.
I'm taking Mostert versus Jamal Williams. Is that what you guys are doing?
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
I gotta make sure I'm not fucking contradicting myself here. I hate this.
You can if you want. We all do it.
All right. Williams, Mostert, Williams. I mean, I have them back to back with Williams 1 ahead, but I'm changing my mind and I'm going Mostert here.
I don't even know how it ranked. I have it ranked, and I'm not
Right.
looking. I'm still seeing most here.
12-team PPR, start 2. Ayuk. Okay, listen. Ayuk's in your lineups. Don't sit Ayuk. I think.
Man, this is tough.
What
are these teams, man?
I'm starting Ayuk and DJ Moore.
Ayuk and DJ Moore for me as well. Ayuk number 1 on that list too. I don't know where I put that.
So it's got to be Ayuk, but would it surprise you if they don't really throw the ball a ton today? They don't have to. I have a really, really hard time not starting D-Hop. I'm going to go with Ayuk and Hopkins, and I hate it. DJ's going to go crazy today.
I think he is. I think he's going to go nuts. Full PPR, Puka, Bryce, or Judy. Worried about the snap count on Bryce Hall and Judy. I mean, have we heard that Judy's on a snap count?
He
has no injury designation. He's wheels up.
It's Judy. Puka, if you're worried about Bryce and Judy with snap count, you should be worried about Puka versus the 49ers.
Can we get someone to cash out Bryce enough money to buy a new pen? Like, I'm starting to worry about the guy.
I just had it. And I'm like, where did I put it?
Sorry, Rick, I interrupted you. And if you were saying you worry about Puka's snaps, I'm with you on that because he's the one with the injury designation.
Yeah, true. But I'm worried more about the 49ers defense.
Amari Cooper's officially listed as questionable for Monday night. Just pop through. According to Shefty.
You guys going Judy?
I'm going Judy here too. Well, I picked Judy over Bryce Hall before, and I still am. And the main reason is because of the what I see as limited work. Puka's not in the conversation for me here.
I agree.
I think we're overrating this guy over one game.
Dobbs, Puka, or DJ Moore in PPR. I think we're all going DJ Moore here, right?
100%.
DJ Moore for me.
James Cook or Mike Evans? I'm going Mike Evans.
I'm going to go Cook
as well.
I'll go James Cook. I don't know.
Shane says, should I join the stream? You're more than welcome to if you want.
Yes, get in here.
Bryce
I'm about to leave soon.
Yeah, join.
Yeah, get in here.
Smitty says 2 wide receivers, Evans, Collins, Ayuk, DK. This one's tougher. I think I'm Ayuk, DK.
I'm staying away from Seattle. It's Ayuk.
I'm Evans and Ayuk for me.
I literally have DK spot ahead of Evans, so I won't argue with you. I have them really close, but Ayuk is in there for me.
Ayuk and Evans for me. I'd start Collins over DK this week.
No, I'm not going that far.
Yeah, that's okay.
Pick 2 in full PPR. Dotson, Zach Moss, Amari Cooper, Tyler Algier.
Dotson for sure.
Dotson and Algier, if you don't want to wait on Cooper, it's questionable. But if you don't want to wait till Monday night, then I think you go Dotson, Algier, and just eat it if Cooper plays and goes nuts.
Yeah, so if I need points, if I need a ceiling, when does Atlanta play? Are they later today or are they 1 o'clock?
We should probably have a tab open with the schedule, huh?
I used to.
Yeah, they're 1 o'clock. They're 1 o'clock game.
Then I got to go with Dotson and Algier, and exactly what Rick's point was. I was thinking if you could drag your feet a little bit, if Atlanta played later this afternoon and see if you needed upside, then I would go with Cooper. But yeah, I think Algier, as much as I said I'm not that crazy about him earlier, I still think he's probably safer than a potential nothing from Cooper. So that's what I would do. Dotson for sure, though. And the answer is almost never Zach Moss for me.
Yeah, I think you have to go Algier and Dotson. The choice is made for you at this point.
This is how far we are behind in the chat, about 30 minutes. So please be patient. Like I said, you can skip the line with a super chat, but it does take us some time. We are answering in order.
I'll go as fast as I can.
Kelly or Monty? This is Monty. I think we're all on board with Monty here.
Monty.
Yes.
Pierce says, should I start James Conner, who was in the injury list for calf on Wednesday, or Javonte? I have Conner ahead of Javonte in my rankings.
Connor for me. Don't worry about Wednesday injury reports. That's usually just baked in rest.
Yeah, I'm putting Connor in for now until Javonte gets a higher percentage of snap count.
Starting running back Najee and Rashad White and Mike Williams and flex. Swap Joshua Kelly for any of the three, non-PPR. We are all going to say no to this. I already know we are not starting Joshua Kelly unless we absolutely have to, and you don't have to.
Nope.
I agree.
Zombie Zone says, hello, I was wondering if I should plug Romeo Doubs over Michael Pittman because Doubs should be getting volume as the number one. Thoughts, full PPR. Michael Pittman is also the number one for the Colts. He will get volume. He's better, and I will take Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman for me as well. I do like Romeo Doubs this week, though.
I do, yeah. I'm not trying to knock Romeo Doubs,
right.
But Michael Pittman is, again, 2 years in a row, a top 20 receiver. The perception preseason was not good for him as he dropped to wide receiver 39, but he showed in week one, right? He made a big play. He's targeted. Richardson looked like a better passer than everybody perceived. Sully, you're on Pittman too, or you going down?
Yeah, I was wrong last week. And Zombie Zone, don't be a Sully. Go with Pittman. You'll be fine.
Zay Jones or Tyler Algier in the flex?
Zay Jones for me.
Tyler Algier for me.
I'm going Zay Jones. I like Algier a lot, though. Darren Waller or Hunter Henry at tight end? This is Darren Waller easily for me.
This is Darren Waller. He doesn't have an injury designation, which is kind of interesting. But Hunter Henry kind of has the touchdown upside.
Come on.
It's 1 week.
Darren Waller by as much
it's
distance.
Darren Waller. It's Darren Waller easily. His volume should be. He gets the ball in between the 20s where Hunter Henry doesn't as much.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones
Waller can do. Never mind. Keep going.
No, go ahead. Finish it.
No, I was just going to say Waller will be okay if he doesn't score. Henry will be a ghost if he doesn't score. So that's the other way I look at it too.
Agree.
With Aaron Jones out, would you start David Montgomery, Kyron Williams, or even Zach Moss? This is Montgomery for me.
Monty Williams, Moss. That's how I see that one.
Yep.
I agree.
Moss was a must-add this week because of the Colts' putrid run game last week, but we're not starting him if we have other options. Until we see him be more productive than, obviously, well, it's not going to be hard to be more productive than Deion Jackson was last week with 13 attempts and 14 yards. Not hard to beat, but we want to see something out of Moss, but it looks like he is going to be the lead back there in Indy. I even though I don't like him, it does look like he's the best option until Jonathan Taylor gets back. Okay, Puka or Nico in half PPR. Nico.
Yep. I do think this is close, but yeah, I'll go with Nico.
It's close for me as well. I'll go with Nico Collins. Give me one more week of Puka production, and then I'll jump on that train. I think I already said
that's fair. Puka's a little banged
up
too. So
I'll answer this one, and then I want to get like 5 minutes before you take off, Bryce.
Okay.
Russ or Mac Jones in a standard league. Okay. Ooh. Russ or Mac. Bryce.
Give me Macaroni Jones. Standard league. Should be a high-scoring game tonight. I'll take that. I honestly think Mac Jones has the touchdown upside this week, which is something that you won't see me say very often. You wouldn't have heard me say it at all last year.
Travis Kelce to play on pitch count just came through on
oh, come on.
I don't even care.
I'm still starting him no matter what.
Yeah, I don't care.
Romeo Doubs was on one last week.
Yeah, Dobbs was on last week.
That pitch count could be 1, and I would probably still start Kelce. We talked about it last night. Hunter Henry led all tight ends last week in receiving yards. You know how many he had?
Like
56.
57. Oh, 56. I heard
56.
I was on the stream last night.
Did you answer this, Ellie?
Did I answer this? It's still Russell Wilson for me, but I have genuine concerns.
It's Russell Wilson for me. All right, I'll be right back.
Craig brought out.
Gotta be.
I'm still Garrett Wilson. Craig brought out the stat last night that tight end 1 was wide receiver 52 last week,
which was Hunter Henry, by the way. Yeah, it was. He was number one tight end. It was the first time since 2017 for a Patriot tight end, and obviously that was Gronk.
We know who that was. Yep.
Puka or Elijah Moore. This is interesting.
I'm Puka here. Just based on volume. They're going to have to throw forever.
If Amari Cooper was put as doubtful or out, obviously, I would probably lean Elijah Moore, though. Sit one. Hall, Cook, Jones. I'm sitting Breece Hall this week out of these three.
Yeah, Dallas plays a factor into this. I'll sit Breece Hall as well.
Yep. Sitting the best player.
It feels weird, but yeah.
Yep. And if he was not on like a split or, which I don't expect for much longer, it's going to be him moving forward, though. Hopefully next week. Herbert or Gibson and JSN and McLaurin. So McLaurin, easy for us. So Khalil Herbert, or I guess this is the one I didn't eat crow on, right? Because I said I really don't like Antonio Gibson this year. I just think he'll be inconsistent with his touches, which already looks like it's going to be the case. So with that being said, I'm going to continue on that boat and think that Herbert can maybe hold off Roschon Johnson for at least this week until he ends up taking over potentially the next week or moving forward.
Sticking with Gibson, I think he has the potential to catch the ball that Khalil doesn't, and that'll help me. And I guess I'll just go all Commanders, and I'll take McLaurin as well.
Yeah, McLaurin's an easy one there. Pierre asks, one more question. CD and St. Brown is my starting wide receivers, easy. Pick two for flex. Garrett, Lockett, Godwin, Zay Jones, Kirk. So we're putting Garrett Wilson in there, obviously.
Yeah.
So it comes Lockett, Godwin, Zay Jones, or Christian Kirk.
It's Godwin for me. It's Godwin. Godwin and Wilson for me.
Yep, Godwin and Wilson for me as well. Good options, though. I tried to move an old comment to do this one and added Roschon. Oh, okay. So he
the one we asked were about Jamal Williams. Yeah.
Yep. Standard league. Sit one. Dameon Pierce, Rashad White, Jamal Williams, Brandon Ayuk. Definitely not sitting Ayuk out of these. Who we sitting? So standard league, obviously touchdown upside is huge.
Jamal. I'm sitting Jamal.
With it being standard, I think I'm more inclined to sit Dameon Pierce here.
But you don't think he gets passing work?
No, I mean, I feel like with when you're looking at running backs like Dameon Pierce, he gets a little bit of passing work.
He does.
I got to look at the touchdown upside, and it's Houston it's just so low. Like if this was PPR, I'm sitting Jamal Williams, but with it being standard, I might lean sitting Pierce here because I mean Houston and Arizona by far have the lowest touchdown upside of any teams in the league. So
yeah, I just don't like Jamal Williams. So, but I understand what you're saying.
Right.
Don't disagree at all.
It's close for me. Hey guys, love your content. Thank you, Ayush. If Jones is out, which I'm assuming this is Aaron Jones, and he is listed as out, do I start Gus Edwards and Antonio Gibson? And for me, it's Gus Edwards.
I think Gus is going to get a bunch of work. I think Justice Hill is going to sprinkle in, but I'm still going to start Antonio Gibson because I think he's going to get more touches, and they're going to be passes versus carries. So Gibson for me. I like Gus though.
And for my wide receiver 2 and flex, do I start between Dotson, DJ Moore, Nico Collins, and Tyler Higbee? I think we can easily put DJ Moore in there
and Dotson. Am I picking 1 or 2?
Picking
wide receiver and a flex. Yeah, so either one. Dotson Moore for me.
It's Dotson Moore for me. It's lining up to be a solid Jahan Dotson week on paper at least.
I need it. I need it after my Dotson love affair last week that went to poop.
Did you send Shane the link, or does he have host rights?
Yes, host rights.
Okay.
I don't know if he was serious. He may not have heard us say to join or not. I don't know. I haven't looked at the Discord yet. If you want to, he's probably Discord, you can.
He's probably scared.
He probably is.
I'll just goad him into it.
I got a funny
Alrighty.
story for you later, Sully, too. Once we get caught up on some of these answers, we're gonna have to fly.
Good luck.
I know.
We tried to power through like on your little
Bryce,
break.
are you out, man?
I'm out.
Have a good day, buddy. Have a
Alrighty.
good day. Good luck to your team and your everything else.
I'll
Good
try
to
and
see
get
you, bro.
that Excel sheet updated today.
Yeah,
might
get on
need
that.
I might
Go
need
buy a pen.
invite.
I got one.
Get another one. Like you need a backup. Like I'm genuinely worried about you.
You need to clip it on your shirt so you don't lose it.
I got one.
PPR
You
start
just do the old in the visor thing.
Yeah.
Sharpie.
All right. Later, guys.
Gibbs,
See you, brother.
Kelly, Rashad White, Jamal Williams.
Gibbs and White for me.
Look at this.
What's that?
Nice shirt, by the way.
Want it.
We got him.
All right, Shane, we're in the power through mode because we have a lot of questions to get to. These guys have been waiting patiently, and we got a list that we have to kill here. So Gibbs, Kelly, Rashad White, Jamal Williams. We got to pick two of these in PPR. I'm going Gibbs again. You know, it's risky, but I'm going Gibbs, and then I'm going.
What?
Gibbs and White for me while he parents.
Yeah, I'm going White too. Gibbs and White.
I'll go Gibbs and White too. I'd consider Williams just because Carolina's defense is horrible against the run, but Gibbs and White make too much sense.
Gibbs and White says, hey, pick one, Elijah, Moss, Algier, or Davis. PPR, I'm starting Bijan already. I'm still going Algier here.
Same.
Which Elijah am I talking about?
I think it's Elijah Moore, I would assume.
Yeah.
Could be Mitchell. I think it's Algier, and I don't like it at all, but I'm agreeing with you guys.
Brandon says James Cook, Montgomery, D-Hop, or Damian Pierce. As flex and PPR, also Tua Burrow today.
I am not sitting Hopkins if he's active. So that's my answer there. And I am also probably not sitting Tua if he's healthy. So, hang on. Back to back my rankings. Burrow's, yeah, I have Burrow at 8 and Tua at 9. So I'll go Burrow.
I'm going Tua pretty easily there. I have Tua as my number 4 this week.
I'm going Tua as well. Rick, did you pick one for the flex? I didn't.
I'm going D-Hop as well.
Okay, I would go James Cook actually, but that's just me. So,
well, that's fine. That's what we're here for. To give our
we got you.
We don't need you to agree with us. We've not agreed on a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
my team
like
for week 2. Like my shirt.
We agree on our shirt.
Oh,
yeah. Well, I just don't have a crappy Jag shirt on today.
That's cute. You know what?
To be fair,
you're the only 0-2
I did not
team.
copy off of Sully. Sully copied off of me.
Hey,
okay.
you got to respect a guy who ditches his team, gets a new team, and buys their gear, though. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but he switches every year, so who knows what it'll be next year. My team for week 2, Mahomes, Javonte, Gus, Gibson, Jettas, Flowers, Waller, DJ Moore, Cowboys, DST, and Aaron Jones, Higbee, Nico, Dotson, Bigsby. What you guys think? Obviously with Jones in there, it's a lot better than Gus. Yeah, I mean, I like your team. It'll be nice when Javonte gets worked in more, and Aaron Jones is back. But your wide receivers,
are solid.
Justin Jefferson, I think Flowers is going to be big, and DJ Moore is going to be a lot better than week 1. So I like it. Cowboys DST looks like it's going to be pretty good too.
I like it too. I would put Dotson in over Flowers this week if that's a question for you. But I like your team.
Cowboys were the second highest scoring fantasy player last week in PPR to Tyreek Hill.
Oh my gosh.
That's stupid.
There's some such crazy stats.
Evan says half PPR flex, D-Hop or Joshua Kelly. We are all going to go D-Hop here, I think. We're not starting Joshua Kelly, right?
Yeah.
No.
I just didn't know what Shane was on in that.
So Kelly's going to just put up a 50 burger this week, right?
Yeah, he's never been the answer all day.
Right?
Yeah.
Geno Smith or Jared Goff? I have to assume Goff is ahead in my rankings. If not, fire me.
It's Jared Goff for me, and he's he's the core of my DFS lineup this week, my DraftKings lineup. So Jared Goff for me.
3 for 3 Goff here. Geno's missing both tackles. like we talked about last night, Sully.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For some
Goff
reason,
at 10, Gino at 19 for me this week.
I missed him adding him back in. He's not even in my rankings.
Who's that?
Goff. I missed putting
Goff?
him back in. Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely a mistake. I missed it. That's why I sent you that sheet. So I didn't do that, and then I did.
Yeah, I didn't look at that. That sheet was like had math and stuff on it, so I was busy doing something else. It was tough.
Goff would be a top 12 quarterback for me this week, just to be clear.
I'm at 10.
Just right around the area, he'd probably be for me. Full PPR: Najee Harris, Nakua, Dotson, Mostert, Michael Thomas need 3. Michael Thomas is in there. Najee Harris is in there, and then Dotson, Mostert for me. Mostert, Thomas, Harris.
Harris, Dotson, Thomas.
I agree with Shane.
I kind of figured you guys would. I'm not as high on Dotson as you guys. I like Dotson, but
I'm crazy high, and
Here's everybody else on Dotson, and here's me.
I'm with you up there. I love him. He needs to come to
Standard.
fruition, though.
Need 2 running backs and a flex. Pierce, Williams, White, Ayuk. Ayuk's the easy one
Yeah.
Yep. Pearson White.
for the flex, and then Pierce and White for me as well.
Who does Houston has? Indy?
Yep.
I'll go Pearson White too. I'm very, very tempted by Jamal Williams today.
You
I am
are
too.
finally
I
going to see the
expect-
light on Jamal Williams after this week. He's not good.
I expect a bounce back from Jamal Williams. Titans are good run defense, which was something that I missed last week.
It's Kendre Miller week this week.
I mean, I hope. I have a ton of Kendre Miller, I hope, but
Me too. He won't get the touches,
Schaefer-
but he'll be the productive. Sorry, I'll stop talking.
nope, you're fine. Finish your point.
No, I just don't think Kendre Miller will have the touches, but I think he'll be much more productive, and we'll see that tide turn quickly here. But we got to catch up.
Schaefer just said Cooper is unlikely on Monday. Schefter.
I saw questionable. I didn't see unlikely, but I could have read it wrong.
Trade question, please. Drake London for Goff and Superflex.
Only if you're extremely desperate at quarterback.
Only if it's redraft.
If it's redraft, yeah. If it's
I'll take
dynasty,
Goff.
it's London by a mile.
Yeah. D-Hop or Mike Williams? D-Hop.
Yep.
Mike Williams.
Ray Gamer says David Montgomery versus Seahawks, Jamal versus Panthers, Kelly versus Titans, Dylan versus Falcons. Standard scoring for my
standards.
flex. I'm going AJ Dillon versus the Falcons here.
I agree with that.
I'm going with David Montgomery. I think he scores more likely. So I know we're all high on Gibbs getting more work, but Montgomery will still be used in that offense, will still be used in those goal line scoring opportunities. So I like AJ Dillon, but I like Montgomery more.
I just like the PPR with Dillon over Montgomery because I think Gibbs gets the PPR work, and that PPR work could make up for the touchdown.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think we overlook in standard scoring, catches are still catches and yards are still yards. So it's still going to lead to more yards, even though you don't get rewarded for the catch.
He's just going to be more involved because Gibbs is going to take some from Montgomery.
Changing my answer, I'm going AJ Dillon after that good tidbit of analysis.
Sales, Shane, learn lessons.
Always taking notes. I like how this question developed in the chat.
Yeah, it did. I just skipped to the third one for Luis here. Dotson, Flowers, Kelly, PPR, pick one. I'm
Dotson.
going Flowers. They're going Dotson.
No, I think I'm going Flowers, but it's really close with Dotson.
Then you're no longer here on Dotson. It's a false claim.
No, it's just
Come
Flowers
on.
is pretty damn close.
Robin wants to know, are we going Taysom Hill or Zach Ertz here?
Ertz.
It's Ertz for me. He was getting targets.
It's easy. It's easy, Ertz, and the Giants historically, and it hasn't changed, are terrible against tight end.
Gabby
Ertz.
wants to know, AJ Dillon or Jahmyr Gibbs?
Gibbs.
I'm taking the upside with Gibbs here.
It's full PPR. Give me Gibbs.
There's risk involved again. We still don't know. They say they're going to get more involved, but Dak or Purdue and Taysom Hill or Ertz standard. So this is the same one. So we already answered Ertz.
I'm
I
assuming
think
that's
that's Purdy.
Purdy. Yeah.
Yeah, Dak or Purdy? I'm going Dak still.
Dak.
Back to back in my rankings. Dak 15, Purdy 16. I will take Dak, and still hurts. And I don't know if Purdue's any good this year. I got to talk to Josh Crab.
Ram says Daniel Jones, Watson, or Derek Carr.
Watson.
Jones 13, Watson 14, Carr 18. I will take Daniel Jones. Ugh.
You.
Run, baby, run.
I'm going Watson here. Did you answer, Shane?
Yeah, I said Watson.
Okay.
The wrong answer.
Steven says Amari out. I mean, it looks like Amari is going to be out, but it's not 100%. But I'm not waiting on him if I have options. Full PPR, pick one, please. Williams, Puka. Okay, so for Williams, when it's a name like this, guys, make
That
sure
is so generic.
is that Mike Williams, Jamal Williams?
Might be the number one surname in the NFL.
Yeah. If it's Mike Williams, I'm going Mike Williams here. If it's Jamal, I'm going Dobbs.
It's Dobbs, regardless of which Williams we're talking about for me.
I'm going Shaheed, actually, unless it's Mike Williams. If it's Mike Williams, that's the answer.
Shaheed,
Okay.
huh?
I really like Shaheed. JC Horn is out, and they've got MT and Olave. Shaheed's been producing pretty consistently when he's been playing. So
he had
shoot. Did you guys
lights
answer
out.
Taylor? Did you guys answer Taylor Meredith's super chat?
Show it to me, and I'll tell you if we did.
No, we missed.
No, we did not.
Oops.
Okay. Overreaction to win this year. Trade Garrett Wilson in the Intergalactic League. Honest opinions only.
I don't know what that means.
So this is the league that Taylor and I are in together, right? And the way this league is set up is you start 12 players and you only have to start one at each position. So you, like, for example, you don't have to start 2 running backs. You can only start 1 if you want, but you can start 6 if you want. I mean, I'm worried about Garrett Wilson with Zach Wilson at quarterback. If you're going to trade Garrett Wilson, you don't want to give a discount on him, though, because long-term, this is a guy that I predicted with Aaron Rodgers would be right with Chase. And obviously Justin Jefferson at the pace he's going now will still be ahead of them too. But I thought he was going to be at least in the wide receiver 3 in Dynasty after this year. So don't take a huge discount. I get it. But I would wait a little bit. You have time. I would not just give him away. Maybe Zach Wilson's better. He wasn't prepared for that game. So even though Peyton Manning, I keep laughing about Peyton Manning and the way he reacted to Zach Wilson in that game, but Zach Wilson wasn't prepped to play that game, right? That was a complete shit show with your quarterback going out on the 4th play of the game. So I want to give Zach Wilson a couple weeks, but I am terrified of what he does to Garrett Wilson. So
really hard to answer. We had this sort of something like this last night where should I trade this person? It's really hard to answer. Should I trade this guy? The answer is trade whoever you want, whenever you want. But your Intergalactic League, which I should have joined, by the way, it looks pretty cool. Being a dynasty league, I got to get a boatload for Garrett Wilson because if Zach Wilson is not the answer, someone else will be. That team is loaded and they will find themselves a quarterback somewhere, whether if they bring Phillip Rivers out of the tomb or they bring in Carson Wentz or they bring in anyone, they're bringing in somebody. But even if it's not this year, I'm not giving up Garrett Wilson unless you prime out of my dead cold hands. So I'm going to stick with Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not discounting him at all for this.
Yeah, with Dynasty, I'm 1,000% holding Garrett.
Now
he's going to be one of those guys like DeAndre Hopkins, who's quarterback proof and played with absolute garbage early in his career at this point.
Yeah. So just to be clear, if I am going to make a trade with Garrett Wilson, I'm going to get like a wide receiver like Amon-Ra St. Brown in it, right? I'm not going to take dart throws. I need to get somebody that I know is going to help me this year and beyond. I'm not going to go for an older receiver. I'm going young and steady, somebody like Amon-Ra St. Brown in that range. So that would be where I'm at with that. We don't have any more, do we? Yes, we do. Jesus. EJ says Dynasty full PPR. We appreciate you guys. We love you.
Thank you, guys.
All
Thank
this,
you very
guys.
much.
Dynasty full PPR. I need to start 2 wide receivers. My wide receivers are Amon-Ra St. Brown,
Jesus.
Keenan Allen, and Brandon Ayuk. Flex is filled with Chubb.
Holy.
So start 2 wide receivers. Amon-Ra's in there, so just knock him off the board.
This is really easy for me.
Keenan
It's
Allen
Amon-Ra.
or Brandon Ayuk.
It's Amon-Ra and Ayuk for me pretty easily. I love Keenan.
So here's where I'm at. I think that the Chargers will throw more than the Niners, and Keenan Allen is a vacuum. So I'm going to go with Amon-Ra and Keenan Allen and sit Brandon Ayuk, which sounds preposterous, but that's what I'm doing.
That's where I'm at as well. But I mean, that's a good team. It looks like you got there.
Yeah.
It looks like you got a really good team.
Well done.
Taylor back with another super chat of $1.99. Love you, Taylor. You're always every Sunday you're in here dropping super chats. We appreciate you big time.
Yes, sir.
Rashad White or Roshan?
I think I was White earlier. But this one's tough for me, but I'll go with White.
It's Roshan season. Let's do it. Take the risk.
Starting Roshan season. Dude, I was so happy because I don't know if you guys seen in the Discord yesterday, but Brad asked about would you trade Khalil Herbert for Brian Robinson or vice versa, whichever one he had. And he said, Khalil's probably going to lose his job in a couple of years. And I'm like, bro, you're way out. Like he's at risk in the next few weeks. I said, as soon
couple
as
of years?
Yeah, that's what he said in the Discord. I said,
Well,
as soon as you see Deonta Foreman inactive, because he's going to be the one inactive because they have Travis Homer on special teams and he's not losing that job. It's Roshan season. And that was yesterday. I said that. I love it. It's finally being right on something.
Yeah, and you nailed it. But I'd say that in a couple of years, every running back in the NFL is questionable. Like they turn so much, right?
Valid.
But when Roshan's their guy, right? Like they made a point to get Roshan Johnson. He's going to be the guy. But I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to stick with White this week.
I don't care like how much you like Khalil Herbert. If you watched that game last week, there was a great difference. It was like Gibbs versus Montgomery in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like you could see he had more freaking spark, man, and he runs hard. I love it. I love Roshan Johnson. I'm so glad that we got him in the 4th.
If Roshan went to college anywhere else, he would have been a top 12 Dynasty League rookie pick, and he probably would have been a 2nd-round NFL pick, in my opinion.
That's what I've been saying.
He's that good.
That's what I've been saying.
He's that good.
Rochita says Montgomery, James Conner, D-Hop at the flex. We need to pick 2. I'm going Conner, D-Hop.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Douglas says London, Zay Jones, JSN, or Elijah Moore in PPR. I'm going London and then Zay Jones, then Elijah Moore, then JSN probably is my order. If Cooper's out, but we're not going to wait till Monday for that. I'm going London.
I'm going to go with Zay Jones. Then it'd be Jones, London, Moore, JSN for me.
Yeah, it's Jones in London. Can you wait for Mr. Rick and Mr. Shirley? No, you're going to be shy. Of course you are.
Godwin and possible Rain or Dobbs. I'm going Godwin here.
Rain, hey? Nah, stick with Godwin. I've got him ranked 14th. I can't go against my rankings.
Godwin.
What's up, guys? I need to start 2. This is Team Out of Nowhere. Puka, Judy, Godwin. I'm going Judy and Godwin. Pretty easy.
I'm with you. Same here.
You said Judy and Godwin?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Flowers or Algier in half PPR.
Oh.
Flowers.
Yeah.
Two guys I'm not crazy about this week, but I'll go with Flowers.
I'm going Flowers as well.
Yep, me too. I had to check. They're 8 spots apart, but Flowers is ahead. Tua or Fields?
Tua
for me as well. I actually just swapped him out. I have Tua as QB4 on the week, so I'm with you. We'll just call this Con. Pick one for flex, full PPR. Godwin, Kelly, Sanders, Nakua, Dobbs, Collins. I'm going Godwin.
Godwin.
Metcalf versus the Lions. Christian Kirk versus the Chiefs. Metcalf. Easy.
Metcalf. They're not in the same talent tier.
And Christian Kirk doesn't get enough snaps at this point.
Yeah.
He'll probably get more this week, though. Chiefs.
If one of these two guys is going to score, it's going to be DK. So I will go with DK. I don't like either option here, to be honest.
Lou32 Lofton says full PPR, Gabe Davis or Christian Kirk at wide receiver. Okay, this one's now we're getting
that's
into
closer,
it.
yeah.
Now we're getting into it. Let's see where I have Kirk.
I'll look at my rankings, but my initial thought would be Gabe Davis here.
Yeah, I'm going Davis here.
I mean, I have them. I won't argue with you guys on this one. I have Christian Kirk 4 spots ahead. But I won't argue. It's so close at that level. Same tier. And Gabe Davis is probably still, the number 2 option in the pass game. So I'll go with Gabe Davis as well. But that's a close one. Dotson, Judy, or Puka in the flex this week for Josh?
Dotson.
I'm going Judy.
Who's not high on Dotson now, Sully?
Judy's
still
different.
high, just not as
Zay
high.
Flowers over him. You took Zay Flowers over him.
Right?
We just answered this one. Remember, guys, you only got to ask once to go in order. We're about caught up here. That's good.
I have Christian Kirk 4 spots ahead of Gabe Davis. I don't know where we were at on that last one, but I said Gabe Davis.
I was flipped.
Okay.
I had Kirk 4 ahead of Davis.
I'm going to stick with Davis, but maybe I need to change my rankings. But anyway, that's what
you had Kirk 4 ahead of him too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're pretty close there. Okay, I got to go back to the defense. I think I had Cowboys as my number 1 defense for the week.
I do, I think. How do you not after that last week?
Well,
yeah.
We have,
and I know it's hard to chase.
I know our composite between the two of us, we have 49ers, then Cowboys. Can't really argue either of those two. So it would be 49ers or Cowboys for me.
Yeah,
Shane,
so I have Dallas 1 ahead.
I'd go 49ers. But it's
you're like they're both really, really good.
Yeah, so my thinking on that is 49ers play the Rams. Rams O-line is worse than what I perceive the Jets to be, so that's my decision.
I don't know. Both of them have pretty bad offensive lines.
Yeah, but the Rams are really, really bad.
Who's more likely to throw an interception or 5?
Matt Stafford
over Zach Wilson?
I mean, they're both good at turning the ball over, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Stafford is more likely to put up more yards, but they're going to trust him to throw more. So I think he has the better shot just because of that volume standpoint.
And Stafford's going to take more sacks if anybody's going to get sacked, because Wilson will at least run away and then throw the interception as opposed to getting sacked. So, man, I don't know. I think it's San Francisco, even though I ranked Dallas higher. Again, who cares, man?
We're like
pick one of the two,
here, right? Like they're both real good. Nico Collins, Kendrick Bourne, Drake London, or Darnell Mooney in the second wide receiver slot. I got Waddle in the first slot. Much appreciated. I'm going Drake London, but Kendrick Bourne would be my number 2 here. I think Kendrick Bourne, like I tried to trade for him everywhere this week, and everybody kept telling me no. I was like, I hope people think that it's just a 1-week thing, because Kendrick Bourne is going to be their number 1 all year.
We talked a lot about Kendrick Bourne last night, and we all seem to be pretty high on him. So I'm going with him here. I agree. I think New England actually has someone who can call offensive plays now, and he's a pretty solid wide receiver. I liked him in San Francisco too. So it's Bourne for me with Waddle. I think that's a good pair.
I'm going to go London. I should have gone Mooney just to throw you all off, but no, I'm going London here.
No, listen,
I really hope you're right on that.
And I don't argue like your point, but if I take Drake London in the 4th, 5th round, I'm not giving up on him after 1 week. I'm just
you
not
gotta
doing
put him
it.
in.
It is riskier. Kendrick Bourne is safer. I will not argue that fact. But I'm not quitting Drake London yet. If you want to, I get it. I wouldn't really argue against it. I like Kendrick Bourne a lot. And I would not be surprised at all if Kendrick Bourne is the top receiver out of all of these guys, including Waddle, this week. Because Waddle also, Tyreek Hill's going for the record this year. Like, if Tua stays healthy, I think he breaks it. I think it's going to be a battle between him and Jefferson on who breaks it first if Minnesota's defense doesn't start stopping anybody. And that's going to be fun. I said it. That's so cute. I said it the other day. It might be like a Sammy Sosa McGuire race to the receiving record this year.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And that would be hella fun.
Yep.
Yes, I'm old enough to remember that. Barely, but.
That was a fun summer, man.
That was awesome.
That was a fun summer. Mostert to Brian Robinson. Standard scoring.
I'll go with Mostert here.
I think I agree.
Yeah, I mean it's close for me, especially in standard. But Mostert, that offense, we were just talking about it. I want pieces of that offense. Okay, Taylor is back with another one. Still Zay with Cooper, maybe out and having more. I'm taking Zay over Elijah Moore, even if DPJ is also out.
Yep.
I just want to remind everybody, Zay Jones had the most snaps for the Jaguars, even more than Calvin Ridley, and they smoked Christian Kirk. Zay Jones is the number 2 there for now.
Top 30 wide receiver last year. His quarterback loves him.
And I think, Sully, you and me made fun of one Mr. Anthony Leone for saying Zay was going to be big last year, and looks like he had one on us.
I'll give Leone that. I make fun of him even still to this day, at least 4 times a week. So, yeah, he got us there. But he also likes Zach Moss. So,
yeah, that was bad. And he also told people to drop Mike Williams at one point, which wasn't good. But we'll get on to James Slopey here with Tua or Richardson. Tua. I do have Richardson at 8, but I have Tua at 4. Yeah. I had Anthony Richardson at 7 last week. Where did he finish?
I'm just going to shut up. I am at 7 right now. I actually have him ranked higher than Tua. I need to change my rankings. I have Tua too low.
Breece Hall or Javonte this week? I'm going with Javonte.
I think you have to until we get more consistency out of workload out of Breece.
You can't look at it. I don't think you can here. I know what you're thinking, but Breece had an extraordinary efficiency last week.
He did have an 83-yard run. I'll give you that.
I will say if Dalvin Cook does anything at all, get rid of him as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going Breece. I think if you want to save Zach Wilson, you got to run the ball. And can't, like you're saying, so you can't do that with just Dalvin Cook. So,
well, I mean,
no,
Dalvin
but
Cook's
you can bring in
not on a pitch count, and Breece Hall is. So Michael Carter could get more.
Right, and even Abanikanda might be active, and you just run them all to protect Breece Hall, in my opinion. But Breece could take one to the house anytime he touches the ball, so who knows?
Start 2 full PPR: Dobbs, Algier, or Godwin. Godwin's my one that's in for sure. He's way ahead in the rankings.
I'm sitting Algier here.
I think I am here too as well.
I mean, I think I'm going Algier here, and then Dobbs if you need the upside, maybe. I don't know. This is tough. I'm going Algier, Godwin. Oh, start 2 PPR: Kelly, Javonte, Dobbs, Elijah Moore, Sutton. This is Javonte and Dobbs fairly easily for me.
You said Javonte and Sutton?
And Dobbs.
Oh, yeah, I'm there as well.
Sweep it. I agree.
Sweep 3 for 3. Noah says Pick 3, CMC, Josh Jacobs, James Cook. Wait, CMC, don't even throw him in here. Pick 2,
Agree.
Josh Jacobs. Oh, wait. No. Pick 1, James Cook, David Montgomery, Raheem, Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right, so we're all Jacobs and CMC, right?
Correct.
I'm assuming so. That's why I cut it down.
And I'll add Gibbs in at the end. I have a feeling he's going to get the hype and the work.
Same.
And why do you have so many good running backs?
Yeah,
What the hell?
Noah, I love you for having so many good running backs. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's CMC, Josh Jacobs, and Gibbs for me, for sure. Especially with the safety you have at the top 2, I'm taking the risk on Gibbs not getting a ton more work than he got last week, but I'm taking the risk for sure.
Yeah.
I'll agree, but I'd consider James Cook as well.
Yeah, I'd start Montgomery over Cook.
Yep, me too. I think James Cook is fool's gold, baby.
I'm not a
like
Cook
him.
fan, but they're playing Vegas, and I think they're going to come out with a vengeance this week.
David, we're not starting Zach Moss.
Absolutely not. If Roshan is in a tier of running back like this, it's Roshan.
I need a lot of things to happen to my rosters for me to put Zach Moss in. And number one, I'm not a big fan. And I know that Deion Jackson was as bad as you could get, but he's still going to be involved. Zach Moss is coming off of a broken arm and missed multiple weeks. He's not going to get 25, 30 touches. And the best running back in Indianapolis is still the quarterback. So, Roshan Johnson by a mile, but probably 50 other running backs ahead of Zach Moss this week for me. I don't even know where I am.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but yeah, I'm not starting Zach Moss.
50 is too much. 35 to 40 though, I will say confidently.
In between him and Roshan?
No. I'm saying there's probably 35 running backs off top.
I thought you meant in between them, and I'm like, damn, we're going real deep on the old running back.
Moss and Kelly are going to be the top 2 running backs on the week now, basically, is what we've established.
Yep, right.
You've guaranteed that one.
Zay Jones or Mike Williams. I'm still Mike Williams here, but it's close.
Mike Williams. And I am going to peace out after this one, gentlemen.
Okay, man. Thanks for popping in. I am Zay Jones.
Do you believe in Nico Collins?
Yeah.
It depends to what level you're speaking, but I think he's a wide receiver too. Probably.
He's their number 1 wide receiver, though. We'd agree on that, wouldn't we?
Yeah. But I mean, in fantasy, I think he's a wide receiver 2, probably on volume. If not, like a high-end wide receiver 3. So I think he's definitely startable. Probably more high-end wide receiver 3, right?
Yeah, probably. But
probably.
Yeah, I agree. But anytime I look at a team's top wide receiver and a team that's going to throw the ball over 600 times, I gotta like him because he's a good player. So,
Alec, no. I'm going Walker.
Scared about that whole offense, but not that scared.
Isaiah, Keenan Allen, or James Cook? This is Keenan Allen for me.
By a mile.
Please help. Aaron Jones is out, so I need to start 2. James Cook, Khalil Herbert, Cam Akers, Kyron Williams. James Cook and Kyron Williams.
Agree.
Best kicker option this week. He just keeps
I love it. Tyler Bass off the top of my head, probably
Tyler Bass
there for me.
It was Tyler Bass or Justin Tucker is my number 1.
I have Butker. I have Butker 1, Bass 2. So there you go.
So Bass is where we would collide.
I had Elliott 3. He might actually be the best kicker this week after punching through that. What do you kick, a 61-yarder?
Jalen Rose, dude, if you're the real Jalen Rose, thank you for showing up. Loved watching you play basketball. Would you play Montgomery, Bijan, and Kelly in the flex or put in Kendrick Bourne? I've got Kendrick Bourne over Kelly.
So do I. I probably have him over Monty, too, to be honest.
Yeah, that one would be close. But I'm going Monty, Bijan, and then Kendrick Bourne over Kelly.
Yeah, I'm really low on Kelly.
Noah Hayes says, I mean, it very well could, but you were right last week with Jamal Williams versus Titans, and I don't know that Joshua Kelly is even better than Jamal Williams.
I don't think he is. But
start 2, PPR, JSN, DK, Sky Moore, Drake London. I'm going with Drake London and DK Metcalf.
So am I. Sure hope Skylar
Alex
does
is-
something.
Williams, Zay, or Dotson. Pick 2 in half PPR. I'm going with Williams and Zay.
Williams and Zay and Dotson.
Caught up there, huh? You're like, wait a second, this one's close.
I was on my contradiction cliff there.
Right. Full PPR: Hopkins versus Dobbs and Laporta versus Kmet. I'm going Hopkins.
I am always going to pick Hopkins, almost always, unless it's against someone like Jefferson, Chase, one of those guys. Especially against Dobbs. Hopkins is elite. And I will go with Laporta here. I liked what I saw early, although I do like Cole Kmet.
I'm the same way. I'm guessing I have Laporta ahead of him in my rankings, and if not, I think I should. I have Laporta at 10, Kmet at 14. Yes, so that makes me feel good that I wasn't contradicting myself.
Pretty close. I have Laporta at 12 and Kmet at 14 as well. So we're right in the same ballpark.
Marcos' best passing offense and best rushing offense this week to start. Passing,
so if you're
with Miami.
So it's Miami or the Chargers for me. I think they throw the ball a ton. Rushing could be Atlanta, hey, just based on volume and 2 decent running backs. Who does Houston plays Indy? It won't be that. I like picking rushing offenses against Indy or against Houston, but not that one. Yeah, I'll go with Atlanta.
I'll go with San Fran.
I was just about to say it could be the Niners too. That's a good pull.
I'll go with San Fran. Alex says Kmet or Musgrave.
The answer is Philadelphia. That's the best rushing offense.
Philadelphia, good one. Kmet for me.
Same.
Rob Kane says start Nico, Mostert, Zay, or Zach Moss. Need upside because Madison played. I'm going with
Zay for me.
Between Mostert and Zay, and I think I'm going Zay.
I am. Yep, Zay Jones.
Jocelyn needs to know full PPR for my flex, Montgomery or Pickens. I'm going with Montgomery.
I am too. I think Pickens might break a lot of hearts. That's just my gut feel.
I mean, I say it all the time. Best ball, Pickens is great because you'll get his 25-point games, but you won't have to take his 4-point games. And I think that's just the type of receiver he is. I don't think he's going to be consistent. Maybe he does get that later in his career, but right now, I'll take the touches we know Montgomery's going to get.
Yeah.
Full PPR, start 2 at wide receiver. Gabe Davis, Tyler Lockett, DJ Moore, Zay Jones, and I'm going with Tyler Lockett and DJ Moore.
I am going with Zay Jones and DJ Moore.
Holy cow, we got caught up.
Nice. Okay, funny story time.
So I'm in this guillotine league, and I don't know why. When I was putting in my waiver claims, I thought it was super flex. So I spent $100 of my budget on Brock Purdy, with Patrick Mahomes as my number 1 quarterback.
Is it $1,000 budget at least?
Yes, but I burned 10% of my budget on Brock Purdy, thinking it was super flex for some god awful reason, and I was like,
Can you trade? Can you trade in that league?
You know what? I don't know if we can. I should probably find that out.
If you can, you're not totally hooped, but that probably wasn't the best spend of $10.
Yeah,
I had a guillotine. I lost a team last week that had Mark Andrews, Drake
Jocelyn,
London.
Thank you for stopping by the way.
Yeah, very. Thank you. Speaking guillotine wise, I lost my Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, Drake London team.
We don't have any more questions, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. We got 15 minutes before lock.
Love it.
Make sure all my stuff is taken care of as well. We'll see you guys next Sunday on the Boomer Bust Show.
Thanks, man.